I don't want people to think that I didn't ask you or something. But hello, everybody. Can you guys hear me? I pulled up my own stream and I can't hear anything. Is there volume? Like, can you guys hear the music? Or is it not working? Because there should be music. Okay, so you guys can hear me, but can you hear the background music? There is? Okay, weird. Oh, I accidentally have my own YouTube tab muted. Oh my god. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. White Orb, a Johnny Glasper, Dark Beach, Epelpaj, Sir Pothead 420. There's so many of you guys in here. Thank you so much for joining today. This was kind of a last minute stream that I had actually asked Atharia if she wanted to do, I think like 2 weeks ago. And I forgot to make the video. My bad. But hello. Thank you all for being here. Atharia and I are kind of going to be talking about our wider theories connecting everything from N7 Day and everything that we already know. And I just haven't finished my video on it because I want to kind of like go through and see if there's a way to connect everything that we have been shown so far. I do think there's a way, but yeah, it's probably very different from what Atharia thinks because we always have very different theories, which is fine. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about it. Has everybody here seen the Krogan Civil War art from N7 Day? Or should I should probably pull it up, huh? Hold on, let me figure out the interwebs. Yeah, I mean, I assume everybody here has already seen it, but let me pull up the image just to make sure. Okay, I've got it pulled up. Have I asked Grok how he would create Mass Effect 5? No. I would never ask Grok anything. I would ask Grok to kill himself, is actually what I would ask him to do. And yes, Boomer Kayla is back. Sorry, I always struggle with technology, and I would mute my own stream on accident. Okay, I'm turning No, there's no AI in my head. If there was, I would commit Sudoku. Okay, there's no AI in my heart. There's no AI in my life. Sorry, I just choked. But that's how upset AI made me. I couldn't drink my water. Yeah, no, I hate AI. I hate Grok. I would tell Grok to end itself if I could. But no, today, okay, back on track. Today we're going to be talking about the Krogan Civil War, and I'm actually going to pull up an image. So let me pull this up. I need one of those. I meant seppuku, but I said Sudoku on purpose. YouTube is such a weird platform because I never know what stuff is going to be flagged, like what stuff they're going to be mad about. You never know. Sometimes they do get mad about really stupid stuff. So yes, I said Sudoku. Also, it sounds funnier. Okay, I've got the Krogan Civil War image. And now I just need to make sure that you guys see it. Okay, maybe I don't have... Where is it? Oh, that's right. It's saved as some weird... Okay, sorry. For some reason, when I downloaded the Krogan Civil War, it didn't download as like a standard JPEG, so I can't actually import it into OBS. So hold on. Okay, there we go. I did it. We have defeated the system. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this now. Thank you, Elvin Berry, for understanding my lame joke. Dan Paul, do you think there's a chance of some kind of tease at the Game Awards? No, absolutely not. And yeah, Lemon, I did see the updates about the bioware jobs, which I found really interesting because they had already been posted and then they were like taken down and then they were reposted. Which I think is odd. So I do think that could be important. I don't know, but I think it's really interesting that they couldn't fill it. Even though I will say, after everything, do people really want to work at BioWare right now? Like, I mean, yes, obviously they do, but at the same time, do people feel like they have job security there? I don't know. Have we ever considered that the Reapers could be our friends without stupid Star Child? That's an interesting question. But like, they only exist because of the Star Child. So it's really hard for me to imagine them being disconnected because they are like, yes, they became their like own individual units to some extent, but also the Star Child is like the core of who they are. And yeah, have we considered romancing the Reapers? Lemon is asking the real question. With that voice, I mean, and their, backstory, I could see it. We did that ourselves when we were trying to keep under wraps the next product we were focused on. Oh, people ops tend to do this where they need to revise descriptions to obscure things. What? I think I'm missing what you're talking about. Sorry. Yeah, actually, it's interesting, Zog, what you're mentioning here about the outside contract, because that's what Exodus is doing right now. Exodus they have their core studio at Archetype Entertainment, And I think they're partnering with like 5 or 6 outside studios to work on like animation and gameplay and, you know, other things like that, so that they can essentially keep their core team small and outsource a lot of stuff, which is exactly what Expedition 33 did. So they had like their core team of like 33 whatever people, and then they outsourced to a bunch of different like QA and people for animation. I do think that is going to be what we're going to see with Mass Effect 5, but I also think that's going to become kind of an industry norm in general. Also, is Atharia... Oh, she's not in here yet. Okay. Do we know if the Mass Effect series on Prime, if we're gonna have the leaked cast for the show, if it's real, is a male lead with a co-female lead, and then there's a male alien antagonist, and then there's a female from Earth, I think, and then there's a male who's like some kind of beefy, muscular, I think it said he was like a wrestler type. So if that's real, then that is what we know of the Mass Effect show. But the source is a bit iffy, so I would take that with a grain of salt.
Hello.
Oh my god.
Oh, did I actually scare you?
Oh my god, you actually scared me, yeah. But I was like,
let's go.
In the middle of trying to drink my water. Oh my god, you're trying to kill me.
See, we the P7s, we're trying to find out our community name over here. So I was going to actually say some random community name to try to scare you, but I decided to just go with hello in a really creepy voice, and that worked pretty well.
So did you guys decide on your community name then?
No, we're still struggle bussing our way. Like, people have rejected my my suggestion of sevens. It has been rejected. So Paragoners is currently, I think, at number 1, and number 2, I think, is P7s. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free.
P7s. I like Paragoners.
Paragoners, yeah, that's what a couple people have said. Paragoners. I'm gonna be putting up a YouTube poll later, so
I think Paragoners is kind of funny if you take it into the context of like how like your theories are about like, you know, black holes and like they're, so it's like goner type of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I need to figure this out. Oh no, catalyzers, it's bad. Oh no, yeah, and I also told my chat that I'm calling you Kayla now. And we have Ruiz in the chat saying, I was so used to hearing the old pronunciation of Kala. Yeah. So like, I'm going to mess up. Don't worry, y'all. I am going to mess up. So it'll be Kayla. It'll be Kala. It'll just, yeah.
It's fine, guys. You can call me Kayla, Kala. Actually, those are the only two. But you can call me either of those.
What about K, though? Like, is K...
No, I don't like K.
No? K?
No.
I was thinking like V from Cyberpunk. Like, just one letter, just K.
No, my this is family history. My family called me two things growing up. They called me K-Bear and Kalo. Because you know what?
Kalo?
Maybe I shouldn't finish what I'm about to say.
You know what?
I don't think people need to know that.
Yeah, Kayla, let's just stop there.
Yeah,
like,
you guys can just imagine why.
I think let's just not finish that one. that was bordering potentially on Kayla's crazy fact, but it's okay.
It was about to get weird, guys. So
it was. It's okay.
But yeah, I don't care what you guys call me. And my community name, I named my members N7 agents
That's what sparked this in my chat, because somebody said hello N7 agents, and then I was like, hang on, that's Kayla's community name, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if they know that, but that's what my members are called. They're called the N7
Yeah.
agents. So yeah,
I didn't think so.
So if you guys don't know, you are N7 agents. If you're in my chat.
I love how you've just decided this. Like, I'm trying to do a little bit of like a, hey, what do you guys think? And then everybody destroyed my idea of it. It's okay. It's all right.
Also,
I'm liking the community names are better than my suggestion.
Someone said Paragooners.
I had seen that before.
A few people actually said that.
We're not doing that one. I know that your chat thinks that we're all goons, but we're all, you know.
Listen, if you're a Mass Effect fan, you're a little bit of a gooner, but like in a respectful, tasteful, not actual like the internet gooners. Like you're just you appreciate, you know, the alien form.
We goon with our theories. You know, Paragon 7 crew. Paragon 7 crew. I've been calling people Paragon 7 crew, but it's so long.
I think Paragon 7. Oh
it's
yeah,
long.
okay, because you use the crew. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know.
Anyway, let's not get too sidetracked here. Where did you want to start?
Okay, well, all I can think now is names. I'm like, ooh, maybe they can incorporate Shadow Broker. Like, yeah, I'm getting okay.
Oh,
I gotta
Shadow
focus.
Broker with Paragon 7. Oh man, if we can do that somehow, I would just that would
Paragon
be awesome.
Brokers, or no, that one sounds kind of lame.
Paragon Brokers sounds like we're all broke, which maybe not wrong. Or we're all breaking inside. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know, but I believe in your community, you guys can figure it out.
We'll figure it out. I'll put up some YouTube polls. We'll try to figure it out.
Someone said if the names were different, we could have been Caragon 7.
Caragon 7?
I think they like combined my name and your name.
That's our stream name now.
Yeah, that's our stream name. So if you guys are all here, you're
Caragon
7s. Oh, that's funny. Okay, sorry. Back to why we're here. Okay.
Right. Why are we here, Kayla? Tell us.
Well, we're talking about Mass Effect. I know everybody's shocked. I know you guys didn't know that when you clicked on the link. I know. Okay. So we have a little schedule for today. So why don't we just do the first one? So
absolutely.
After this N7 day, and I'm gonna put up a thing in my chat if you want to do it too, like
yes, absolutely.
A poll. How is everybody feeling after this N7 day? Do you feel like BioWare showed enough? Do you feel like they've shown you enough to reassure you kind of proof of life of the game? Do you feel like they should have shown more? I'm gonna make a poll and you guys let me know what you think.
Yeah, my poll over here is, has Mass Effect 5 shown us enough to inspire confidence? And my 4 options here are yeah, kinda, no, and not even close. So let's see where some peeps are at.
Wait, what were your options? Because I'm going to do the same question so that way my chat can answer the same thing.
Yep, so mine were yeah, kinda, no, and not even close. And I feel like after N7 day, I think on the day, it was really hype.
It was, yeah.
It was hype. Like we were all so confused. We were like, what is happening with this URL Krogan thing and all of that? And I feel like really suddenly it like nosedived. And I think
like the cynicism, you mean?
Yeah, and I feel like part of it is because I think it's the elephant in the room. I think it's the EA acquisition of a lot of fans, like myself included, were like, okay, this N7 day, we've gotta see something huge. Like we've got to make a comeback and like a statement to say like, yeah, Mass Effect 5 is still gonna be the biggest thing. You know, and I feel like what we had gotten, even though it was super fun and epic, I think fans really were craving something that either explained something major plot-wise, or a big reveal for a character or something like that.
Okay, but I have a refute to this.
Go for it.
I don't understand why people are expecting a major reveal when the game is so far away, because as we all know with game development, like the games change so much. Like even Dragon Age Veilguard was basically totally rewritten in the last 18 months. Like so, and BioWare knows that they have done this several times. It happened with Dragon Age Inquisition, where they showed a tease and then it was totally changed later on from the final product. So BioWare has a history of doing this. So I absolutely understand them not wanting to 100% commit to something that may not be the final product, because I mean that's just how game development works. And if the game is realistically at the very bare minimum 3 years away, because they're not even in full production yet, I don't know why people are expecting, like, of course they're not going to reveal if Shepard's coming back or not. Of course they're not going to reveal, like, you know, these major concrete questions, because they can't.
Yeah.
I mean, like, sorry. I understand why people want these things, but like, I just don't understand from like a development element why we're expecting these things so far away from the actual release of the game. Like, people are wanting, I saw people being like, well, I at least want a name. They probably don't even know the name. And like, after what happened with Veilguard, where the name was changed a few months before release, like, why?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Why are they, like, BioWare has made so many mistakes, and I just think they don't want a repeat of those things, or like promising things and then not being able to deliver on those elements, which is why I think for the next few years we're just going to see concept art. Like, it is the truth. Like, I mean, it sucks, but like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I feel like, I think the biggest thing is that also adds to the kind of angst that I've been seeing just in terms of like comments and stuff like that. Because I think I put up a poll. On has Mass Effect 5 shown us enough? And that one, in terms of votes, so 2 weeks, the poll was 2 weeks after N7 Day, did we see enough for Mass Effect 5? And like, no, but at least we got something, was at 60%, but there was 40% saying it wasn't even close to enough, and I'm already indifferent to the teases. And that was a like poll with 4.1k votes. Like, I'm just worried that I think the biggest problem that has happened, which Campbell did address on N7 Day, is they had to announce the game really early. Like, they announced in 2020. And then I think after that, every N7 Day and around like the Game Awards time, fans are now kind of expecting something, you know, a bigger, and to kind of, for it to show more over time. And I think it was like up until 2023, I think they were, you know, because first we had the trailer, and then we had the Geth poster, and then we had Liara actually speaking, and then we saw an N7 actually walking, like, you know, in-game engine. So I think that kind of build has kind of,
oh yeah, no, they fucked expectations.
Like,
no,
yeah,
I totally agree.
And now it's just kind of like, we don't know what to expect. We're craving some type of, like, I think in general, the fan base wants some type of reassurance on, like, can I even get excited about this thing? Because what if it just gets canceled in like 6 months when the acquisition thing goes through, you know? So I think we're in a really awkward time. which is why I'm like hoping for something for the Game Awards, but we won't get there yet. It's
We're
okay.
not-
We
we
can talk
are
about
not-
that craziness.
We're not getting anything at the Game Awards. There is no way.
Cal is
because
already destroying.
No, there's like, and I don't want people to get their hopes up either, because I think it's like the same cycle where people get excited about, you know, the potential, but then always get mad afterwards. But like, there's not going to be anything at the Game Awards. They barely did anything for N7 Day, and there's no way that EA is going to give BioWare, I don't know what, like $300,000-$400,000 to show something at the Game Awards when the game is so far away. There's no way. They don't have the money for that, and I don't see EA doing that when BioWare is hanging on by a thread. And I guess the reality is also that, like, we think that they need to show more, but this next game is also going to be heavily catered towards a new fan base. They're going to want to bring in, that's how every game is, especially one that's so far, you know, timeline wise from the original trilogy, even from Andromeda. Like, in 2 years, it will be 10 years since Andromeda came out. So, like,
no, yeah, you're right. More than 10.
Like, there is no way that EA is going to spend money to show another trailer for a game that is literally not even in full production yet. And, you know, the 2020 trailer is one thing. Games get those now where they, you know, they show these announcement trailers years in advance, which is just kind of the norm these days. It sucks, but it kind of just like is what it is. But I think people need to be like more realistic about that, so they're not constantly getting disappointed.
Yeah. I think where I'm at with it, and I have this whole like the blog pulled up with my just half unhinged just theory on that we're getting a second tease because of what they had said in the blog. But like, I think where I'm at is I'm okay being hopeful, and I wouldn't be absolutely destroyed if like there's nothing at the Game Awards, but I just want to try to look forward to something. You know, like, well, I feel
Exodus
like that's where I'm at,
there.
but I think exactly. No, yeah, like Exodus is definitely going to be there. And I think that like if we don't get a random, you know, like a Gamba little hi, you know, like his little hi tweets before something major happens, like he did with the Veilguard, before the Xbox game show or whatever. If we don't get something like that before the Game Awards, then obviously nothing's going to happen. But I feel like I need something to hope for, and I wouldn't be completely crushed if it wasn't there, because I am realistic on that front. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that, again, like after the whole like EA acquisition situation and stuff, I feel like they have to show something, not a trailer. Like, I'm not expecting like a full on like 30K investment trailer or whatever. But like, would it be completely out of the realm of possibility to see like, similar to the N7 walking thing, something in game that potentially they had been working on the whole year because they were, you know, they had like their animation people, like working on something in game? Like, is that completely out of the realm of possibility?
But here's my question to that. When the trailer revealed in 2020, first, like all games get these, you know, super early, several years, you know, pre-release teases, because it's about, you know, bringing investors and bringing, you know, developers to the studio and keeping the studio relevant and the IPs in the conversation. So there's all of these like very like corporate reasons why they do that. But also, it was a few months later that Legendary Edition came out. So like in the end, it was also a marketing tactic for that. And they don't have anything to market right now. BioWare, it has no new games coming out. Legendary Edition is not coming out. I don't see any reason why they would invest so much money to just say here, when they don't have any reason to do so. They're not going to get any monetary returns. Like it's very clear that the 2020 tease was to help build excitement for Legendary Edition, which makes total sense. But they don't have anything like that now. And the game is several years away. So I say 0% of being at the Game Awards. I just don't see them having the funds for it, the reason for it. And I don't think that EA would do that when Mass Effect is not going to get any income following it like they did with Legendary Edition. So I don't think there's a point.
As a counterpoint to that, though, would there be a point if they are going to enter production soon and they need to gather talent, like you said, for they were gathering talent for their pre-production team, but if they're going to enter production next year, supposedly, would they not want to make a similar type of thing to get because people in the industry excited?
Because the 2020 was like, hey, we're actually making the sequel, BioWare is still doing something, but everybody knows that Mass Effect 5 exists now. They also know how fucked BioWare has been, like how many times they've been laid off, how many, how close the studio is to being closed. Like everybody, what's going on at BioWare now is not a secret. Everybody knows, like, other developers, other studios are fully aware. And also, I still think that EA is going to pull from other EA studios internally instead of amassing this big BioWare, specific development team. I think they're just going to pull from what they already have. So no, I don't think that they would need a trailer for that. And for how much a trailer costs, like it is very expensive to show at the Game Awards. Like it is very, very, very expensive. So I just don't see that like being financially viable for, and honestly, I would rather them put that money into the game anyways. Like I don't want them to spend a bunch of money if the game is so far away. Like I want them to work on the game. I want them to finish the game. Put that $500,000 almost into a romance or a quest or whatever. So yeah, I don't want them to be at the Game Awards.
And I think Marcus in the Meteor chat also makes a really great point here. Maybe there is a Mass Effect like show trailer tease. The game is not the priority at this moment. The show is. And I know that they do have crossovers with Arcane and stuff like that. I feel like that's not necessarily the setting, but technically, maybe actually that kind of makes more sense, especially with the way that Gamble wrote in his in the blog. Where is it?
I do think that the show,
the writer's room was going strong. It was very show focused in the blog.
Yeah, no, I agree, but also they don't even have casting, so they wouldn't have been. They haven't moved into production for the show. They just finished the writer's room. I think that was mentioned back in May.
Yep. So they wouldn't have a TV-esque trailer type of thing.
Yeah. So
I think things are just so uncertain. They're in between all of their projects, it seems. And I feel like that's the most vulnerable position, where I think the fan base would feel a lot better if they showed something. And I think that I just have such a hard time of caring what the fan base wants, because the fan base is not what drives these things, and that sucks. But it's the reality of it. But if you don't have your core, then what do you have? It feels so corporate and
and that's how BioWare
just has
is
to do whatever
days.
EA wants. Yeah, it's sad. I think that's where it's at, because even if we wanted to see something super major on an N7 day, everyone really wanted to see, I think in the stream before on Halloween, on my channel, at least for that poll on what do you want to see for N7 day, 1 minute trailer was winning. And I feel like something like that would be saved for a Game Awards or a Summer Game Fest or something, because BioWare is unfortunately at a point where they can't be niched down anymore with their audience. They need to appeal to millions of players at once, because that's who they need to sell millions of copies. That's what they need to do. So Yeah, I think it's a little sad. I think it's almost like a whatever is happening with BioWare and not being able to show everything and all of that stuff is almost like a zeitgeist of just what's going on in the industry and how corporate everything's getting, and it's a little sad. I wish that more game studios and stuff like that could just put out things about their game and not need to worry about marketing and all of that stuff. So yeah.
I mean, it costs money to do anything, to show at any show, to
so
make a trailer. Yeah, I mean, it sucks that we're, it sucks how it is, but I also think that, like, Gamble is also very aware that people are mad if he shows something. People are mad if he doesn't show anything. People are always mad.
Yeah.
Like, people are always mad. People are always bitching at him, always tagging him to be angry. It doesn't matter what he does.
And the sad part is, like, he's like the boots on the grounds guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's the guy trying to actually get stuff done and people are just mad at him, which is just like that's how corporation stuff works, right? Like, the people holding up things and all that, like, they don't get added and all that.
And like, I'm really trying not, like, I'm not negative about Mass Effect, but I'm trying to be, like, pragmatic. I don't think anybody should get their hopes up in, like, a realistic sense. If you want to have that, glimmer of hope yourself and, like, know not to bother people if you don't get what you're hoping for, that's totally fine. But people do it every year. They always tag Gamble after the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Where's Mass Effect? Where's Mass Effect? Why wasn't Mass Effect there? Like, it annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah, I think, like, the line is, you can be, where I like to go with it, at least, is I don't mind being hopeful that we're going to see something. Obviously, there needs to be some type of a Gamble tweet or something before the Game Awards even starts to have that kind of hope. So I feel like people's expectations just needs to kind of chill a little bit.
Yeah, and if people want to be excited, as long as, like, you keep that excitement.
I like getting excited. Yeah, I'm not going to be, like, adding Gamble after being like, where was the Mass Effect tease that you said, which, like, he never said that there would be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like just hoping. Like, I guess I don't mind clowning just at the awards stuff because it's fun. And at least this time at the Game Awards, we know we're getting Exodus. So, like, it doesn't matter because it's going to be fun anyway.
Yeah,
there's going to be something guaranteed.
It'll be fun to watch. And you know what? If Mass Effect is there, I will eat my words. I don't think it will be. I say there's a 0 chance of it being there. But, I mean, I don't want to say that
there's always
it
a chance
be, but
at least 1%, right? Right?
Yeah,
Kayla? So you're saying there's a chance?
I don't know. But, I see someone in your chat is calling me, like, a fake fan for being pessimistic, but, like,
what? No. But also username of grifter.
I know,
So,
right? But, like, I don't want to, I think, like, as a content creator, I think if, like, we're realistic, even if we're excited, like, there's a certain level of responsibility, I guess. Like,
we're influencers. That's
I don't
literally
get
what we're called.
Yeah, and I don't want to get people really excited and there not be something. Like, I don't want to feed into that, especially if people can't be nice, because
which
I've
is why
seen
I'm
the stuff people say.
I'm very, like, making it very clear, like, just my hopium is just that there is no like evidence to it. Like, I'm pulling from this blog tease, like, maybe we're getting something else because of this thing, but I am very much of the mindset of, if Gamble says nothing in the lead up to the Game Awards, then we're getting nothing, and I would be okay with that.
I think I could see what I could see with the Mass Effect show tease, not this year, but maybe next year, after they have started, like, after they move into production, after they start actually casting people. I would love to see I don't know if you guys have seen, there's like a small Neuromancer teaser, which is like Neuromancer is, wait, is it wait, am I saying the right one? I always get it confused.
Oh, right. This is the thing that you were talking about before.
Yeah, and I don't want to show the trailer because Apple TV is like crazy about copyright strikes.
Yeah.
But there's like it's like 30 seconds. It's like in a bar and it zooms in on a sign. It's very small, but it's like a tiny teaser. And I think something like that would be really cool. Like, what if they showed, you know, like a shot of like some N7. Well, no, I don't think we're going to see an N7, but like something that is iconic to the Mass Effect series. Like,
people would lose their minds.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be like a major reveal. But I think we could see something like that maybe next year.
Hopefully, like I think at this point by next year we need to see something, because like by that point hopefully they'll have entered production with Mass Effect 5, and the show will probably be probably in. Would they be shooting by that point based on Amazon Prime's?
The rumor that came out with those like rumored casting listings said that they were going to start filming the end of next year. So
there you go.
What I think timeline wise then that could mean is like at the beginning of 2026, like within the first 6 months, we could maybe see casting announcements. And then
actual casting announcements,
not like
rumors?
real ones. Real ones, yeah. And yeah, so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, yeah, if we get absolutely nothing at the Game Awards, then for Mass Effect 5, like this year, by next year, and I feel like we say this every year just clowning, but like
I do think we are like a year or two away from there being a lot of Mass Effect content.
A floodgate, yeah. And I wish it was spread out just a little bit, but I understand.
No, I totally get it. Like, you know, I respect people being optimistic. I think I'm just like so pessimistic at this point. It's
can be toxic positivity as well. You know, like in terms of being super toxic about like, yeah, we're totally gonna get something, and then being really, really negative when they don't get that thing, you know?
Yeah, and that's fair too. And that's why, like, if you guys want to be excited and at the possibility, because like Shannon Heyman said in chat, like, no one was expecting to see the Witcher 4 tease. And you're absolutely right. Oh, no, wait. It was Dan who said that. Sorry. Yeah, no one was expecting that. So, like, surprises do happen, and that's part of the fun of watching these shows. So, like, if you guys want to, you know, keep that idea, you know, I won't. But if you guys want to, I support that. But I think if you don't get what you want, don't be mad or sad.
I think everyone in the entire world would be so good if they could just accept other people's points of view. But we know that won't happen.
Oh, man. If only.
Yeah. Just quickly here, thank you so much, Red Scare, for rejoining Paragon Prime. That is super, super awesome of you. Thank you so much for the 10 months. Oh my God, Red Scare,
for me too.
Let's go. For the what again was our thing? Was it Caragon? I saw Calagon 7 as
I don't know.
When we streamed together.
Someone said Caragon 7.
Caragon 7? It could kind of be like the Japanese where you can interchange the R and the L. Calagon or Caragon. And also have Nipondre over here with the $10. Thank you so much. Saying the more teases, the more unhinged content comes out from your brain, which we love. So full of hope being over here. Yeah, I appreciate like all of you guys being here in terms of being, you know, like I jokingly say like unhinged, like we're unhinged all the time, but we're not taking that unhingedness into the toxic positivity where we're just gonna be like ragey when something doesn't happen. But I do prefer being more on the hopium side of things, while still being realistic, right?
And that's good. I think I'm just very cynical. I'm dead inside.
Jaded.
So, you know, sometimes it comes out in other ways.
Just like being a full-on renegade in Mass Effect.
Exactly.
This is how
Renegade
it comes out.
Interrupt.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so I think we've covered the is there another Mass Effect 5 teaser coming at the Game Awards? Kayla's saying 0%. Maybe we'll say 0.001%. 0.01%. and over here, we're saying, so you're saying there's a chance.
I love that. Okay, I do want to talk about something that was brought up in the N7 Day blog post, but also Nova Star N7 brought it up in your chat, because I have your chat up too, because I'm a lurker. What type of romance do we want to see in next game? And also, did you think it was interesting that he brought up romance in that N7 Day blog post?
I'm trying to find here. Oh yeah. Okay. So Gamble said. Okay, so right here. I think everybody can see on the chat. Okay. We have a lot of universe to cover, lots of features to build, and lots of romances to figure out. Yeah, I mean, we had kind of touched on this after the when we were dissecting the teas afterward, in terms of when I asked you, do you think we're going to see synthetic romances and stuff? And I feel like, I think what I'm hoping for in Mass Effect 5 is definitely more diverse romances in terms of that. Like, I probably would not, like, it would be very strange to me to romance a synthetic. Like, I remember when Edie first became a thing, and then I was like, oh, okay, no, it kind of makes sense with, like, you know, with Joker and Edie. I do hope we see more diverse romances. I've seen so many comments actually in my community saying, like, we want a Krogan romance and stuff like that, and like that should totally be a thing.
People have been begging for Krogan romances since Mass Effect 1 came out.
Yeah. So they definitely, I'm already seeing, like, okay, wait, Krogan and Leviathan. We're probably not gonna get the Leviathan ones, but yeah, I think that they should definitely up the diversity in their romances. And I would love to see, like, we've already gotten hints of new companions, or not necessarily like new companions, but like new reveals for aliens, like with the Ralloy. I would love to see those types of, you know, romances, see how they actually, you know, want that to happen in romance scenes. I don't even know how that would happen or work, but I'm glad that Gamble mentioned it, and I think that there should absolutely be like that's one of the areas where I hope they focus on, because I think for the fan base, like, whenever you see stuff about anything to do with Mass Effect, it's always, you know, something related to the to all the relationships and stuff like that. So I think that they should put a heavy focus on that. Yeah, but I feel like I'm still not vibing with the synthetic ones. I feel like if they were like, here, you can romance a Geth, I think I would be like, I'm gonna pass on that one.
See, I think two things. I think that them mentioning romance when they showed us this Krogan, who I think could be a companion or something.
Oh, you're thinking,
I think that they could be related. So
you think we're gonna, I'm sorry, you think we're gonna romance? Where is it? Let me try to find it here. Oh man, I forgot to pull it up.
The Krogan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
We're gonna potentially romance this, like, blood raging Krogan?
I don't think it's blood rage, but I do think he has seen some shit and been through some shit, and is a little rough around the edges, which is how I like them. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, I can fix him, or
so you'd romance
as a
guy.
renegade, I can make him worse.
Oh man. So you want to unleash, so assuming let's just play along here that we could potentially romance
Listen,
this
people
Krogan.
have been begging to romance Rex for
absolutely.
ever. Yeah.
Absolutely. But like,
I think we're definitely getting
a
Krogan romance.
Has like a full-on army of Krogan clearly shooting at somebody, and you're like, let's point that gun at somebody specific and just,
I mean, he also has like piranha teeth, like, which is not something we've seen the Krogan have before. So
I mean, I just assumed that was just his like lip being pulled back because he's really old.
All the Krogan in the original trilogy have straight flat teeth.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So
Sorry, I'm just really laughing because chat over here saying Kayla can fix him.
No, I can make him worse, guys. I want to make him worse.
Yeah, Kayla does not want to fix this guy.
Yeah, no, I would love to see a Krogan romance, and I think we're overdue for one. I think that we deserve one, and if we don't get one, I will personally beat up Gamble myself, because people have been demanding this, and I know he knows.
If somehow, someway Gamble's watching, don't worry, she doesn't mean it. She won't beat you up.
Don't test me. Don't test me, Gamble.
Pulling out the or do I, though. I love it. I'm gonna be honest. I did not think that you were gonna say that we could possibly romance this dude.
I think that's why maybe it was mentioned. Like, I don't think it's any secret to Mass Effect fans that BioWare knows how important their romances are. Yeah. Mass Effect romances especially have like stood the test of time. Like, they are still iconic. They are still talked about by the fan base. Like, they're so important to the longevity and like the just heart of these games. And Gamble mentioning romance to me, it means something. So we know that everything
Civil War,
means something. But I think Civil War is an event of the past. See, this is where...
Wait, but didn't he say future?
Yeah, but what I mean is, so what I think with this image is I think the next game is going to have that time jump that we all don't want, but I have kind of accepted, even though I don't want it. And this is going to be one of those events that bridge the gap. So, I think we're going to meet this Krogan in that hallway, and obviously that's not on Tuchanka. That's not in this environment. So I think that this is maybe a companion, and this is an event that they lived through, and they will help bridge the gap between what happened after Mass Effect 3 to 600 years in the future. That's what I think.
I have an argument for you in terms of why I don't think there's going to be a time jump.
Okay, let me hear it.
It's not anything super new, but it's just trying to reconcile, right? How in the first thing we saw with the 2020 Game Awards trailer, we're seeing it zoom in on the Milky Way. And then we're presumably seeing Alkera and all of that stuff. But all of the hints so far seem to be Milky Way focused, number one. But also we haven't really seen... I think we haven't really seen anything to really say it's gonna be a massive time jump, because the one thing that caught me off guard was that in this picture with the Krogan tease, that the gun itself is very close to the exact make of the Executioner pistol. And the Tuchanka tank or whatever, it's actually called something, and I forgot the term for it. But these are all looking really similar to things that you'd see.
It's called a Tomka.
Tomka, yes. Very close to things that you would see right after the Reaper War. You know what I'm saying? I haven't yet seen anything definitively that's oh no, that's a really crazy looking weapon or a really crazy looking building. And I know that the buildings we've usually seen have been Asari planets, which maybe they wouldn't change their buildings for whatever reason, because they live forever, so they're we're gonna stay old cranky people and not change our buildings or whatever. But this is the first real tease where I was these weapons don't look drastically changed.
And I think that's for a reason.
What do you think about that? You think it's a mini time jump?
Okay, so here is my theory. Okay, and I have two routes that this theory can exist. Okay. And I went over this in my other video. So basically, I think there are two routes that led the Krogan to being in this situation. I don't think it has anything to do with Cerberus. I don't think it has anything to do with outside forces. I think there are two possibilities for why the Krogan would be having their own civil war. Okay, the first one is that after and this one has a flaw in it, I'm fully aware, but the first one is that after Mass Effect 3, the Crucible blast killed the mass relay system. We see that image of that mass relay broken and destroyed, and if that happened, then that would have left the galaxy fractured. There would have been different pockets of, like, everybody who was in one area would have remained there for however many years long it took them to maybe like reverse engineer the relays and make their own. And that's why we're seeing that vacuum dock being built. But that would mean that each society was also left with whatever they had, which is why we're seeing this Krogan with things from Mass Effect 3 that have been salvaged, because that's how their armor looks, that's how the weapon looks. It looks like they repurposed it, and now it looks like it's running off of Element 0. And in the Krogan DMZ, there's 2 planets that have Element 0. It's not a lot of it, though. And they don't have Element 0 that you can, like, mine on Tuchanka. So my theory is that part of the reason why the Krogan may have been infighting, like, it may have been over resources, because in the Krogan DMZ, they didn't have a lot of resources left over their nuclear winter and the genophage and everything. And so, I we don't know, but that's what this impression gives to me. Like, everything, this looks like Tuchanka. It looks like the Tuchanka that we know, but like, everything is slightly different. Like, the armor, we haven't seen this armor before. We haven't seen, like, I don't know what kind of weapon this Krogan is using in the front. It looks like some kind of, like, axe or, hammer or something. I don't think we've seen that. I couldn't find anything anywhere. So there are new things, but I imagine if the Krogan were isolated on their own after Mass Effect 3, they would be infighting for resources, especially if, the genophage is cured and their population is booming. That inevitability of that being the case would be inevitable. So that's kind of what I think for what we're seeing.
I think that it makes sense. Like, I could see, I'm trying to think. The one thing that's always at the top of my mind is Gamble saying everything from All in 7 Days will connect, right? So if we take this theory and try to apply it to that, in the 2020 trailer, I don't really have. That's good. There were hints of the Crucible being mentioned. Yeah, I feel like I can't definitively find something from the teases to say that this is incorrect, because, like, I personally think that wormholes are for sure going to be a thing. So,
see, and I don't.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? So, like, I feel like
it's okay that
that might not work with that, but
I just want to say, like, we're just harmlessly speculating, guys. Like, if you don't like my theory, that is okay. I'm just guessing. That's like what we're all doing.
Yeah, we're all theorizing just for fun, just to, try to figure it out. And I think that, okay, here's the one thing. Here's the one thing that I think. During the extended cuts, we do see the relays being repaired, and the first thing that came to mind is Gamble did reply to a tweet that said, the fan said, But the relays at the end of the war were all repaired, so where does this new one lead? Right, with regards to the new relay that they're building. So to me, I take that to mean that that fan was correct in terms of the relays were all put back together and that people were able to
Sure, but how long did that take to happen? Like using
assuming
Reaper
because
tech,
Hackett,
like there would have to be a learning curve. Like they're not just going to be able to rebuild a mass relay immediately.
I think the destroy people might struggle, but like the synthesis and control people might be like, hey, oh, Reapers, help us out.
I mean, that's totally fair. And I still have no idea if they can really do a game where like they can incorporate like synthesis or destroy. I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like if they do,
I feel like they will try, but I don't think it's going to give the impact that it should.
I think that they're going to use like I personally feel like trying to make all the endings work, when I tried just in my random thought experiment and stuff like that, you have to use destroy as a baseline, because obviously like with destroy you can't suddenly make the Reapers a thing again. So I think with the control and synthesis endings, you almost have to take the you have to take them out, which is why like in my crazy unhinged theory I was thinking that whoever the new villains are in Mass Effect 5, they have to kind of eliminate the Reapers from both endings to kind of make destroy canon. It's really just using destroy as like a baseline in terms of choices, similar to they had done that in one other choice. I forget which one it was. But in the game somewhere, they had kind of used like one choice as the kind of, baseline for what the other choices eventually became. And I feel like that's how they might resolve the choices. Because like, if you think about it, if the villains of Mass Effect 5 just come in and just destroy all the remaining Reapers from the other two endings, what's really different between them? Besides for maybe the synthesis blast and like having everybody understand one another, like I feel like that's the route they might take, where either the synthesis understanding thing, whatever it was, that magic kind of fades over time, and then with control, like if there's no Reapers for Shepard to control, Shepard's consciousness to control, then wouldn't that be kind of null and void? So in that way, I feel like that's how they would kind of do it. I just wanted to pull up the tweet here.
Yeah, I think that like no matter what they do with the endings, the reality of the endings is like they have to find some way to move the story forward, to move the timeline forward. And it kind of sucks because theoretically each ending should be very different. But to make a game where they can move the story forward, they're going to have to canonize something. They're going to have to fudge the numbers basically to make it fit in some capacity.
Yeah.
And I don't think that a Krogan Civil War, I don't think it negates synthesis, but I do think it shouldn't happen if, like, I don't think it, like, completely rules out synthesis, but again, yeah, I don't think that there should be, like, we're kind of told that synthesis is, like, the cure-all to conflict in the galaxy. So I guess that's why it feels weird if there is that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, also Marcus in the Meteor chat saying, just thinking, what happens as a Reaper gets a factory reset? That's kind of also a fascinating question. Because, like, I feel like...
But do we want to see the Reapers again?
See, that's the thing. Like, I feel like that's why I would prefer if they just did destroy as a baseline, because... I mean, I'm of the opinion that, like, all of the endings sucked, and the Reapers should have just been destroyed. Like,
yeah,
I really hate that in Destroy, you have to, like for me, I can't choose Destroy because you're, like, my Shepard would never actively make a choice that kills Edie. And in Destroy, like, as much as people are like, oh, but the Normandy takes off at the end and stuff like that, Edie's name is on that wall when you choose destroy. So for me, I'm just like, I don't think my shepherd would ever make that choice. I just wanted the Reapers destroyed, and that's it. And now we're left with this whole conundrum of like, do we have to jump forward 600 years to try to negate the Reapers being a thing? And it's so annoying. But yeah, I would say in terms of this theory, the Crucible Blast Trap Society is detected in advance. I think in the extended cuts, I would go with, unless like whatever the heck we're seeing is before even the extended cuts. I feel like these Krogan are just, I don't think it's a coincidence that with Gamble saying that everything is connected, we saw this Krogan also with that 1N7 in a place that I think was a Cerberus facility, because there was Cerberus canisters lying around. Which very well, like you said, could have been on the relay that looks, again, like Cerberus colored. So I think that there's something nefarious going on here with Cerberus, and I don't think it's a companion. Which, again, it's absolutely hilarious that our theories are completely opposite, because you think this is like a romanceable companion.
Yeah, our theories could not be more different.
I'm like, this guy is so evil, working for Cerberus, like... Not like intentionally working for Cerberus, but I think like being controlled by Cerberus and all that. So yeah, it's just absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, but, to me, like, this is not an evil Krogan. This is just like a regular Krogan. He's just like in a war, unfortunately. Maybe it's Urdnot Morden, maybe it's Urdnot Shepherd.
Oh man.
That's but I think this Krogan will be important, and it's like probably something that they have already established that they feel safe revealing this early on. So like it's something that they've really like laid the groundwork for, that's not going to look super different in the final product. So, but something else that I was kind of thinking is like, it would be really cool if all of these teases that they if there is the time jump, all of these teases that they're doing, like stuff like this, like say next year we find out, something that happened with the humans in that time span. I would love to see a book like, I don't know if anybody here has read the World of Thetis books for Dragon Age, but they're really interesting, like deep dives into the lore. And I think something like that, just in general, Mass Effect needs that, even if it doesn't have like a huge time jump, like just exploring more of the history, because it is so rich, but like there's so much room for more. So I could also see these being like features in a World of Mass Effect type of art book that goes over the lore of what happened and stuff like that.
I think I would be like disappointed if that was the case, but I could understand. Like, I think I view everything that we're seeing as like, this is gonna be for Mass Effect 5, and this is gonna be so cool to see, just like we could see this Krogan in game, and wouldn't have been so cool if we saw it like 4 years prior, So I hope that it's very Mass Effect 5 specific. That's kind of the impression that we've gotten from the N7A blogs, but yeah, at the very least, could you imagine though if we just got like an art book style thing explaining all the teases? Like I would insta buy that.
that's not really what I mean. I'm more and like obviously that would have to come out like after the game came out, because it would have spoilers.
No, for sure. It would be nuts though if they did that, like, I don't know, as like a lead-in art book or something. I know that they don't do that, but like I would love it.
Yeah. But like a post, like Brandon says in my chat, a post-destroy ending book would be fire. Like, yeah, I think that there is just so much room of like, there's so many mysteries as to what actually happened to the galaxy, as to how everything worked. And that is going to be Mass Effect's biggest hurdle, whether they can actually figure out how to do that properly, whether they can really find a way to do it in a way that doesn't feel like they're like both ignoring people's decisions, but also like hand waving away, you know, the continuity errors that it would have.
I feel like a time jump would be waving away those things, you know?
Yeah, but but to me, I think a time jump is the only way where they can like like what I'm expecting, and I've said this for like years, is I don't think they're going to make one ending canon. I think they will instead push the timeline forward and try to basically say in the future everything kind of ended up all the same. And that sucks. And it is what it is. But Mary Tomorrow, I guess in the Deus Ex games, which like I have not played, so I can only repeat what has been said to me. But she basically wrote in those games, from my understanding, a way to make all of the endings canon, but also find a way to like move the story forward. And that's kind of why, that's kind of what I'm expecting from Mass Effect 5 based on what she's done before. So yeah,
she only arrived or joined the team in 2022, right? I feel like they would have had to have figured that out beforehand.
I don't really, I mean, maybe, but maybe they didn't have someone to write it out, like to flesh out the details.
Mary to save them. They're like, here, Mary, honestly, take all this.
What better person to write such a complicated ending than someone who's already done something very similar?
Absolutely. No, yeah. Like, I will forever say, like, if this game just is an absolute banger of a story and stuff like that, we can all just bow down to Mary Tomorrow.
God, I hope it is.
I
hope.
Yeah, I really, really hope. Before I forget here, thank you so much for the $5, Outsider. I don't understand this question though. In Mass Effect 3, did the Elder Reapers also die with the Destroy ending? What are the Elder Reapers?
Well, the Elder Reapers would be like Sovereign. And yeah.
Oh, just the older Reapers. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they all went bye-bye. All the Reapers are supposed to.
Yeah, I assume that, like, the only situation where the Reapers wouldn't be completely destroyed is if, for some reason, they left Reapers outside of the Milky Way, like, still in dark space, so that, you know, they had, like, wouldn't it be really funny if there was, like, a reinforcements?
Oh my God.
For the Reapers, and it's just, like, after the Destroy ending happens, the second wave comes in.
They're like, JK, we got backups.
Yeah. So friggin' funny. Okay, before I would really love to discuss and just see how, I guess, like, if our theories have changed at all since the new tease and stuff. Try to make sense of how all of the N7 teases connect. But before that, you said you had a second theory for this, the Krogan tease?
Yeah, and I also want to say, Neat Pondering, thank you for the $10. And yes, conspiracy it up, fam. Yes, that's what we're doing. We're conspiracy theorizing.
Oh.
And that's what's so fun.
All the conspiracy theories.
So my other theory is that instead of the mass relays being destroyed, obviously, you know, the relays are still accessible and everything, but I think that what I could also see being a possibility is, like, obviously we know the council is still around based on Liara's based on what Liara has said in the 2022 teaser, but
yeah,
I think that the galaxy would have a period where they like turned against the Citadel, because the Citadel, I mean, not the Citadel, I'm sorry, the Council.
The Council, right, yeah.
The Council absolutely handled the Reaper War fucking terribly. They were so bad. They were ignorant. They ignored everything. They ignored Shepard. They ignored the facts. I mean, and I don't remember where it's implied, but it's implied, I think it's in like a book or something, that the Council was intentionally it's from shit, I can't remember where, but the Council was like intentionally covering up and diminishing what was really going on and like minimizing the severity and everything like that. And I think that if people found out what the Council was really doing, they would be pissed. So Like, they would be so mad. Like, I think that the Krogan especially, like, if the Krogan are having to fight for a council position, which, you know, like, they deserved by the end, they, you know, they helped again. So I think that if there is conflict within the main races that obviously we know, the council could be a major source of that. And I already think that we're kind of going to see like a brand new political like power shift after Mass Effect 3, like, because you know, Omega was destroyed, and now we see the Omega symbols in what looks like Ilium. So like there's already that movement and change. And then we're, you know, the council is also, I think the council is just going to look very, very different. And part of the reason why I think that the Krogan like could be fighting is because part of them, maybe they're like the older Krogan who have been through the war, who maybe are led by Rex, maybe they agree to the council regulations to control their population, to limit their expansion, to, you know, basically control them after the genophage is cured. Oh, and then you have their counter, which would be like the younger Krogan who are maybe not experienced in war, or, you know, don't want to see the Krogan be stifled. You know, they want to expand however much they want. They don't want to listen to council regulations. Maybe it means they need to like only have one children, or they can only spread this many worlds. I don't know. But I think that's also a possibility too with the Krogan. Is like I could definitely see their the infighting about like how they expand and what that looks like, because Rex's plan was extremely flawed. Even Morden points that out. Like Rex was basically just like, yeah, we're gonna repopulate like crazy and we're gonna expand, and Morden was like, no, that's bad, that's what happened before. And Rex doesn't really have a plan of action to control it, and the game makes it very clear that like Rex just wants to expand, but I don't think that he knows how or understands like what could happen because of it, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I had actually covered this in my theory video on the on where the Krogans stand after Mass Effect 3. Because I guess like even if there is a time jump and stuff like that, presumably Rex would still be the leader for a really long time and stuff like that. So I think that this theory is very bang on and actually kind of works with my own theories, which is is this the first time that's happened?
Are we syncing up for once?
I think we're finally synced up, y'all.
Wow.
Calagon 7, we're finally synced. That's incredible.
We are one.
Finally. Because I think like you're absolutely right. Rex's plan, and the only reason I'm talking about like Rex being alive and stuff like that is when I looked at the Legendary Edition statistics, 94% of players saved Rex on Vermeer, and 96% cured the genophage. So I think what we're seeing is like in this Krogan Civil War is a direct representation of like, not that they're canonizing those choices, but that they are, you know, they have a plan for those choices.
Is it really bad if they canonize choices that are like almost 100% of people chose? Like, is that really so? Like, would people be that upset if Rex is in every game? Like, I'm genuinely asking, would people be upset?
I don't know.
Like, chat, would you guys be mad about that?
Yeah, like maybe, you know what? I'll put up another poll. I don't know. Because I'm trying to think, like, usually all of my choices lined up with majority, but like that's just what it's going to be when it's like 90 plus, right? Would you be mad if I would say 90%, where is my percent budget? 90%
also, while you're
majority.
Doing that, Heletical Rising says, why is it considered inevitable that the Krogan population explodes? So we're obviously assuming in this scenario that the genophage is cured. And the reason why it is inevitable is because Rex essentially states that it is. He literally has a line where he says to Shepard, like, "Oh, you've never seen how fast we can
pop them out.
We can pop them out." Like, and if you bring Morden, he's there saying, "Yeah, you guys shouldn't do that." But Rex, like I said, Rex's plan is very short-sighted because he just wants them to repopulate like crazy, go back to their original numbers, which if they do that, exactly like Morden says, then like wouldn't those, like, where are they going to expand to? You know, what resources are they going to run out of? If that happens, like, how much of the percentage of the galaxy is going to be Krogan if that's how fast they really do reproduce?
Well, yeah, and it's also in game that this has happened before. That's what the Krogan rebellions were. They were literally attacking other council, like races, sections of the galaxy because they just needed a place to live. Which is why when they started attacking the Turians were like, we can't handle them, we need help. The Turians went to the Solarians developed the genophage. Like, this is essentially history repeating itself, is I think what they're showing us.
And that's what Morden says, yeah.
Yeah, like, so I think that this theory that you have here, like the older Krogan are fighting the council, I think that, what we're seeing is a group of Krogan, which, like, in my theory that I went over, in Mass Effect 2, they actually established that there were two groups of Krogan. There was Rex's diplomatic Krogan, and then there were the traditionalists, who were like...
The reformers and the traditionalists, yeah. Yeah,
the reformers and traditionalists, yeah. So, and the traditionalists were, if you had killed Rex, you would end up with Reeve, who was a traditionalist, who didn't, want the Krogan to make alliances with other races. And like you said, like, they were anti-council. Like, they were like, basically just screw the world, Krogan only, right? And I could easily see this picture being that, like older Krogan just being like, being handed weapons and stuff by Cerberus, in my theory at least, and just being like, screw everybody. Because I think that in the Geth poster that we saw, I think the red Krogan here is Rex, because I think they want to, like, the teases that they're showing us, the Mass Effect team just in general, they want to, like, both acknowledge the majority choices by, like, showing Rex here, but, like, also keep it really blurry and pixelated to leave room for interpretation. Like, I think that's why they're being so vague, because they do want everybody's choices. Like, no matter how small the percentage is that, killed Rex, they still want there to be, a different choice available to those people. Because I'm of the opinion, like, Mass Effect needs to acknowledge everybody's choices because it is a choice-based series. So I feel like as much as they can avoid canonizing, I would prefer that. But you know what? Let's check the poll. Let's see what the poll thinks. We have, okay, so the question is, would you be mad if 90% majority choices are canonized? We have nah winning at 60% over here. So yeah, just barely 10% over are saying that it's okay, essentially, to canonize.
And
anything that's majority.
I don't even like think that it's okay. Like, I think they shouldn't do it. Like, if they cannot canonize anything, then they shouldn't. If they can realistically bring in all of those choices, they need to have that player like autonomy. Like, we need to feel like our choices matter, especially because people go back and play the trilogy all the time. Like, and I'm sure they want people to still be able to do that and feel like the choices that you make within it matter. But I also, like, they brought back Leliana in Inquisition, and they gave her a really interesting backstory too. I don't know if they could do something like that. Like, if you killed her in Origins and she comes back in Inquisition, she basically is kind of like a ghost, and the game doesn't tell you until the end. Right. So, like, there is like, obviously it's a different series. There's lore reasons that they can kind of do that. But so no, I don't really want them to canonize things, but at the same time, if they bring a character like Rex back, who is like so iconic and so intrinsic to the series, and they override that you can kill him, and only, what is it, like 6% of people actually did, then I'm okay with choices like that being made if it's for the better of the story.
Yeah. I honestly don't know where I feel on it. Like I think I want everybody's choices to matter, because I'm just thinking, like, if we start just canonizing majority choices and stuff like that, then where's the line?
Yeah, it is. And
You know,
that's
like,
what I'm
is it
saying. Like, it's a very
90% or
slippery
like
slope. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it'll just turn into, okay, is this even a choice-based game anymore? Because if they canonize something from the trilogy or Andromeda or what have you, then I might be playing Mass Effect 5 being like, well, it doesn't really matter what choice I make here, because in a different game, it'll just be made for me.
But
you know,
I just think that, like, the reality of Mass Effect 3, and the devs have already spoken about how hard bringing all the choices in from 1 and 2 were into 3. Like, they've already acknowledged how hard that was. Now imagine trying to do that after Mass Effect 3's fucking ending. But then also,
I don't know.
If they, and even furthering that, if they do push this out after Andromeda, then they would have to do 1, 2, 3, Mass Effect 3's ending, and Andromeda. Like, I can't imagine the daunting, like, they would have to make very, very different games. Like, those are just, I don't envy that, because they're going to piss people off no matter what. Whether they make Destroy Canon, whether they, bring a character like Rex back. I don't really know exactly what they can do and how they can bring it all together, but good luck to them.
Good luck, like, genuinely. And I know we go over this like every single stream and stuff like that, but all we can do is just wish them luck. Like you said about whether Gamble shows a tease or doesn't show a tease, like, people are going to be mad either way. And I feel like we already know the vitriol that happened after, like, the original Mass Effect 3 ending. Like, whatever they're gonna do, it's gonna make people mad. And I just wish them all the luck, because
and I just want them to tell, like, a good story. And you know what, if that means that Rex has to be canonized, then I'll stop killing him, because I do sometimes do it. I'm sorry to all the Paragon players. I do it sometimes. So, like,
Kayla just dropped.
Sorry. As a Renegade player, sometimes he steps up and I'm like, bitch, get down. And I have shot him several times. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, so I love Rex, but I do think it is. I've made Ashley shoot him before. I've shot him before. I make him get mad at me, and then on the Citadel, he comes to confront me because I sabotaged the genophage. So, I'm sorry. Yes, I've killed Rex several. I mean, I've played the trilogy.
Why is Kayla like this?
A ton of times. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, guys.
Accidentally killed Rex one time because I didn't have enough points. I didn't have enough Paragon or Renegade points. And then I got there and I was like, oh my god, like, what can I do? And the only option was to, like, let Ashley kill him. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna click it just to see what happens. And I hated everything. And I reloaded the entire game. I never went forward.
I think you're like the majority. Like, people, like,
My stomach dropped when I realized I couldn't
played all
save them.
versions of the game. I've taken every choice that you can get. I think that more people should. I think that more people should play. Those 6%. I'm in all of those, like, tiny numbers of the people who choose Renegade options.
Yeah.
Like, I've killed Shepard. Like, in Mass Effect 2 where everybody can die and it's just Joker.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
You've seen that?
Yeah, I had to follow a guide because it's kind of hard to do. But yeah, like there are so many choices in Mass Effect that people don't see, that the devs spend money on, time on, energy. Like they make all these endings, and I think that, or all these choices, like people should, like I let Morin kill me by having sex with her. Like I do that all the time because it's funny. So I wish that more people did choose the less chosen options, because they're good, they're interesting. And you know what? I do like
never.
Reeve. Reeve fucking sucks, but he's so
wait,
funny.
You like Reeve? Oh,
I do like
no.
Reeve. Yeah, he's a piece of shit, but he's so funny.
Ending the stream. No, it's okay.
I'm sorry. I know, guys.
I haven't. I've only seen him just being like really ragey and annoying, so I don't actually know. But
he's like unintentionally funny, but he. I mean, okay. He's not Rex, of course not. But
no, of course, yeah.
Yeah, people, you guys gotta play Renegade. Okay, you gotta see the other stuff.
Somebody
They're just pixels. You can be mean. It's okay.
They're just pixels. How dare. Somebody in the chat had said, Kayla is every percent.
Exactly.
Not wrong.
Exactly.
Not wrong. I love that. But also, I love it, and it causes me pain. Like, I tried, okay? I tried being a renegade once, and I couldn't do it. It was the first opportunity. It was like, oh man, I forgot what it was. It was with a random NPC on the Citadel. I think it might have been Bazia. Bazia's wife? Is his name Bazia?
Which
I don't know.
Is this one about the IDs?
On no, the first quest you pick up on the Citadel. This guy's wife is being held up somewhere, and then you have to try to convince I am blanking. I keep saying Bazia, you know why? Because I'm reading The Expanse. There's a character named Bazia there. But anyway,
so you gotta be
that
mean.
Guy is. I couldn't do it. Because I was like, no, I'm just gonna not accept the quest, or I'm gonna like play along, and then I'm gonna just destroy this guy right at the end and be like, nah, I thought that your wife's body should, be held at the lab.
Yeah. Oh my god, I've been mean to that dude so many times. I don't give a shit about being mean to NPCs. I don't give a fuck. I don't have time for them.
I can't do it. I genuinely, the time came and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just destroy this guy. And then I didn't even reload. He's the human, right? Like, I just didn't even choose it. I couldn't do it. Yeah. He's the yeah. I couldn't do it.
Sometimes I'm just like, dude, I'll talk to NPCs and I just choose Renegade. I don't give a shit. The only characters that I really, really struggle being mean to are, like, I have actually played a full Renegade run and renegaded Liara, and I will never do that again. But I've renegaded every character. But with the NPCs, I don't care about. I don't care. Sometimes I'm like, man, I gotta go see Liara, and you guys are getting in my goddamn way. I don't care about your wife. My wife is waiting.
Be renegade to everybody but Liara. That's so
yeah. I
even like Garrus and everything. You just full renegade, right?
Yeah,
and then just only
I will renegade everybody except Liara. Yeah, she's the only one that I will I renegaded her one time, and I felt so bad about it.
I would cry. Like, I'm not even joking. I think if I had to renegade anyone on the crew, like, I don't know what I would do doing renegade options to like Edie. Like, yeah, you're not alive. I would collapse. I wouldn't survive the playthrough.
But that's the thing is, like, I wish that people would, because you see different sides of these characters.
That's the
like
thing.
You see Edie start to question her humanity, and she's like, oh, okay, I won't romance Joker then. Okay, sorry, you're right. I shouldn't like question. Like, there is such an interesting perspective on the characters, and like, if you renegade Garrus, he becomes way more like cutthroat. If you renegade Tali, like, she is a lot more pragmatic, or she kills herself. Like, I really do think that people should try renegade more. You're missing an entire game.
You're not selling it well, because I'm already getting heartbroken. But like, I honestly don't think I could be mean to Tali. Like, I could find a way to potentially be mean to Liara, because I know she could take it. But I feel like with Tali, I would be like, no. I can't do that to her. Like, I literally just totally view Tally as just Shepard's like younger sibling. Like, oh, I need to take care of you. So like that would just break me. Like,
well, I'm jealous that you have older siblings that took care of you, because my sister beat my ass. My brother used to sit on me and tickle me until I peed. My older siblings were evil, okay?
Like, they were renegade interrupting you just all over.
Yeah, so maybe that's why I'm like taking out my childhood trauma.
Yeah, you know what, Kayla? Do you want to just go over, like, turn this into a therapy session? Is this why? Let me just pull out my notebook. You know, like, is this why you're renegade? Because your brother.
Yeah, they were mean to you. Okay. Also, sometimes I like being mean to Morden, because when he gets mad back, I love seeing the emotion that he displays. So,
you know what? The next stream, y'all, will be working through Kayla's renegade playthrough things and just helping her become more Paragon, you know?
You know what? I'm gonna compile a list of like just some of my favorite renegade moments, because there really are so many that are so good.
You're gonna have to do that, because I refuse. Like, I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, this winter break, should I do like a renegade playthrough? And then I just chickened out. I was like, I couldn't even thinking about it. But anyway, before we get super
okay, yeah, sorry, we totally
here.
got derailed. No, my bad.
I had pulled up. Well, you know, you can get derailed a little bit just talking about your Mass Effect playthroughs, because that's the point of Mass Effect. But I have all of the main teases here pulled up. And I wanted to try and see if we could make all of them connect somehow. And I don't even know where to begin. I don't even have the trailer here, actually. Okay, what's our... Hang on, let me bring the insignia in. You go for it.
Do you want to hear my theory?
Go for it, yeah. I'm just pulling up more teases.
Okay, here's my theory. After Mass Effect 3... Element 0 became really popular because it was needed to create these elevators that we're seeing in the 2021 tease, which I think is what that is. I think it's like the elevator that we see in Mass Effect 3, where Shepard walks in and is just shot upwards. So I think after Mass Effect 3, Element 0 became a very popular and necessary resource that people were fighting over. And I think that's why the Geth are in that poster dead around the Element 0 crater, because they were doing something with the Element 0. I think the Geth are kind of like a like a fringe thing. I don't see the galaxy accepting them anytime soon after everything that they did. So I think Element 0 has become like a resource that has been used to help with this new travel that we're seeing. And I think that's why the relay is being built, because I think the Crucible Blast affected the relays that we know. But with all the technology available, the Reaper tech, the Geth tech, all that stuff, they have been able to reverse engineer all of these new things, and we're seeing those. We're seeing the elevators, we're seeing the vacuum dock, and we're even seeing like the weapons that the Krogan have. And what I think is happening.
So sorry, the main point is EZO has been like people are fighting over EZO, or like it's become...
I think that it might be like a resource that is maybe being fought over, because I think it's needed now for so many things in the galaxy. Okay. So because we're seeing it in, I think we're seeing it in 3 of these images here. So I think that, and I saw someone say that I think if the Geth can stand in the middle of the bar, they are definitely accepted. Okay, but I think that Geth in the middle of the bar, I think that could be Glyph. I don't think that that's actually a Geth. I think that's maybe like a Geth platform that was reused, and Glyph was given a body. And we know that Glyph in Mass Effect 3 likes to wear the little tie. So
he does, yeah.
Glyph likes to accessorize. So what if, as a new Geth with a new body, he likes to play dress up and cosplay, and that's Liara's territory, so she can bring whatever the fuck she wants. And if she wants to bring her Geth Glyph friend, then she can, and that's why no one is questioning it. That's what I see of that. But yeah, so I think I
could see it.
I think that maybe the Geth are doing their own thing. They built their Dyson sphere, and that's what we're seeing in the 2020 trailer. And we're also seeing like new things coming into space. I think there's new aliens in that one image, and I also think that in the 2022, the anomaly that we see across the screen is the new threat. It's the new whatever we're going to be against. I think there's something new that we're going to be discovering, maybe coming into space. I don't know. But that's kind of what I think. I think that like the galaxy just looks super different after Mass Effect 3. They're having to rebuild their travel system. They're using Element Zero to do it, and maybe other races are doing other things with Element Zero, and that's why the Geth are there, that destroyed crater. Maybe they were experimenting with Element Zero and it blew up. I don't know, but that's kind of what I'm expecting, and like a new threat, like something new has been introduced to the galaxy. Maybe something that now feels safer, or like feels like they can contest now that the Reapers are gone. Because I did a video on the Fermi like principle, which is like, where is everybody? Where are all the aliens? And then there's like the dark forest theory that basically is saying that they're out there, they just don't want to be known.
Which could also relate to the Reapers, because they could be like, hey, we didn't want to come visit you because you guys kept getting destroyed. Yeah,
exactly. They were like, we don't want to show ourselves when the Reapers are. So yeah, the Fermi paradox. What did I say? Fermi? I don't remember. But yeah, the Fermi paradox. Like the dark forest thing. Like, I think we're seeing new aliens. I think we've already seen a bunch, and we're seeing a new threat. And I don't think we're going to see Reapers. I also, when it comes to Cerberus, I don't think we're going to see the Cerberus the way that we did before. Because I think that they are returning, though. I think Cerberus might be returning. I don't think they'll ever be incorporated back into the Systems Alliance. But like, what if Miranda took Cerberus after Mass Effect 3 and made them better? What if Cerberus isn't the anti-human corporation that we knew it to be? Like, what if...
Yeah, like Cerberus, but like reformed.
Yeah, like
what if they... Cerberus that's gone through like the 8 steps of grief or whatever.
Yeah, like what if there's something new and different, and it's not... I think that we're like, with Mass Effect 5, we're in a really dangerous territory where a lot of people are expecting a lot of things to be rehashed because that's all that we know. So people are just kind of expecting the same thing, and I think that's like, I don't want to see the same thing. I want to see something new. I want to see, like, I know that Cerberus will always exist, but Cerberus is an idea. It's not Cerberus itself. It's the idea behind it. There will always be human supremacists. There will always be Krogan supremacists. Like, that's inevitable. And those should exist because it's realistic. But I don't think that Cerberus as we knew it needs to exist. I think that would be lame.
Yeah, I think like the one thing that worries me about a Mass Effect 5 that takes place close after the post-Reaper War, within like 10 to 30 years, is the rehashing of the same things. Like, I think if Cerberus comes back, I hope, like you said, there's a different angle. You know, like, to me, like, from what I've seen, it seems like Cerberus is the same old, just, but, like, that's pulling in, like, nothing from the teases. It's from things that I've seen in the books. Um, you know, and, like, the random theories about Andromeda and how Cerberus has infiltrated the initiative and stuff like that. So, like, that's not necessarily what I've seen from the teases. But I am a little bit worried about if not enough time has passed, that it will be a rehashing. And that's
Yeah.
also my primary concern about if they do things like bringing Shepard back. Because it shouldn't be just oh hey, let's go save the galaxy again, you know, because it's like we've already been there, done that, right? It needs to be something different and new. Um if Shepard returns, there needs to be like, I want it to be super angsty, you know, and just like not be the same type of vibe. Because otherwise it'll just be like, well, I could have just played that in the trilogy, right? Like, what are we doing here? There needs to be something added to Shepard's arc to make it like actually meaningful. Also, the one thing I wanted to ask you is, in your theory about the Ezo being scarce and being fought over and stuff like that, do you still think that the new N7 is going to be the protagonist in that scenario?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do think that like the like I think the Andromeda stuff will be like a small tie-in, like the dark energy. Maybe it's like coming through the relays. Maybe it's what destroyed the relay system. Like, what if the Geth telescope like opened something into deep space that they were looking at, and they started fucking everything up again. So like I definitely see. Yeah, like I think that they're going to bring in, you know, I think that they're going to bring in Andromeda stuff, but I don't think it's going to be major. I think everything that we've really seen, like all of this, is like 99% Milky Way aesthetics to me. The only thing that stands out is the 2022 Ilium poster that has like the signs from Kadara Port. So yeah,
okay.
So what's before I do that really quick though, Brinnick, thank you for the $20. And Brinnick says, I just replayed Mass Effect Trilogy. I noticed that the Destroy ending had a preview, but with Anderson, not Shepard. What if the Leviathan never leaves, so Shepard can come back as their vanguard?
Well, Gamble's denied the Leviathans being the baddies. Like, I feel like that's the one thing from that one tweet about that leak. Like, it was so random, but that's why I think that the Leviathans aren't going to be the bad guys.
It's so weird though that the Leviathan could just like be there chilling in the like underwater. Like the Leviathan are gone, so what are they going to do? Yeah, but yeah,
see, I think
I don't
the Leviathans
know.
don't want to rule. I don't think the Leviathans want to rule anything. Like, I think that they're like, look, there's only like.
But do they want to hide anymore if they don't need to?
There's like 3 of them, right? I mean, assuming that it's not even just those 3 that we saw, like the Reapers wiped them out essentially to the point where they needed to hide. Like, again, that one question though hits on the exact same thing that I'm talking about in terms of, if I wanted to have Mass Effect 5 be about the Leviathans destroying the galaxy again, been there, done that with the Reapers.
Yeah.
This time they're just, instead of being synthetic, they're organic. Like, what does that add to Mass Effect, you know? Like, I want the next game to feel different. I want it to somehow be a bigger threat than the Reapers, in that, like, make it more personal. I loved Mass Effect 1 in terms of Saren was such a good villain. Sovereign was such a good villain.
Scale. Yeah.
Because they were personal, you know? Like, Shepard got to talk to Sovereign and stuff. And I think in Mass Effect 2, they started hinting at that with Harbinger. And then it just completely disappeared in Mass Effect 3, where it was like, JK lol, we're not going to make it about Harbinger. We're going to make it about the Elusive Man. And I don't want a rehashing. Like, I want it to be new. I want it to be fresh. And I hope that, like you said, like, in your theory, that the threat is new. And, you know, more... I think that if they're not going to canonize an ending, it has to be new, assuming if they want to make synthesis work. Because I think like that's the limiting factor. If all the Milky Way races understand each other or whatever, and won't fight because of differences or whatever, which like we are seeing Krogan like infighting. So I personally think that like the synthesis ending is almost like a cop out, because you can both understand something and still want to like destroy it or fight it.
Yeah.
You know, which is why I feel like that's just I hate all the endings. I always will say that I hate all the endings. But,
I know, it sucks too.
Yeah, I would literally choose none of them, and not even refuse, like none of them. But yeah, anyway, I hope that if nothing is canonized and stuff, and you have to somehow make synthesis work, that the threat can't come from within the Milky Way, that it's just something completely new. And like you said, similar to like a Fermi paradox, whatever, if everyone was just like, hey, we didn't come to the Milky Way until now because we didn't want to get targeted by the Reapers, that maybe it's an outside galactic threat. And hopefully like that, what I think is the threat is going to come from Andromeda. That's the easiest way to connect, you know, both galaxies, is just make the threat come from Andromeda. I know a lot of people have been saying like potentially it could be the Ket. I don't think it's gonna be the Ket. Like the Ket don't seem very scary as villains, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't vibe with the plot so much, is because the Archon just wasn't scary.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that.
Which is why I feel like it's more Jardin stuff, and like that just opens a whole, you know, other can of worms, so to speak. But yeah, I feel like for your theory, like the Ezo being scarce, being fought over, like that's a new thing, you know, like that excites me. And yeah, with the Geth poster having that kind of blue crater and stuff like that, that could totally be something that the Geth, like who knows, maybe the Geth with their telescope found a really Ezo rich place, and now, you know, like they're the ones who have more Ezo than everybody else and all that, you know, like maybe the relay leads there, like in from the one that humanity's building. I would love to see something new. If they're going to make it a huge nostalgia fest and stuff, the plot at least has to be something new and different, and not just regurgitating the same things, you know? So yeah, I would say I like your theory. I like this theory.
And I think it's time for your theory.
I mean, I don't even know where to begin though. Like mine is so unhinged. I brought up my this one video where I just have where is it? I wrote
the
down
people
everything.
Want to hear the unhinged theory. Also,
dude, it is on
Bruiser. I do think that we're gonna go. I do think in some capacity we're going to see a dark energy connection, but I don't think it's going to be the dark energy that, like Drew Karpyshyn spoke about previously, that they were maybe going. Like, I don't think that dark energy is going to be changing the galaxy, and yeah, I don't think we're gonna see that. But I do think we are gonna see dark energy somehow affecting something. Maybe there's dark energy, like, and that's what's affecting the atmosphere, and that's why everybody's wearing masks, or you know, maybe opening the vacuum dock relay pulled it from Andromeda, or you know, like dark space, and pulled something, and that's why we're seeing what looks like some type of contamination. I don't know. But what's your theory?
Yeah. Well, I have my Mass Effect 5 predictions up on my over here on the screen. And I feel like my theory is so unhinged, and you really need to pull in things that aren't just the teases. Like, I take in things from the books. I take in things from, like, you know, how can I'll just put it. And I think, like, even things that haven't necessarily been teased, like, a lot of the heart of my theory is to do with Gamble's tweets. I feel like he's given us the most, like, information on what the new game could look like, which is why I think the main plot and theme that we're going to see is what's a person, which is from one of Gamble's tweets on from N7 Day 2023 when we were shown the new N7. And, a fan had asked, so you're saying this is a robot? Or so you're saying this is a person and not a robot/AI? And Gamble replied with, what's a person? I feel like that might be the heart of what we're seeing, because we're also seeing things like the Geth in clothes. We're now seeing like what I think are the Krogan being manipulated into like infighting by Cerberus. Like I think that the biggest thing that I hope we see is I almost want like the end of Mass Effect 3 and the endings. I want them to like reverse Uno card us, which is why I really like the idea of the villains being the Jardan. Because what we know about the Jardan from Mass Effect Andromeda is that they build their... Oh, also, Mass Effect Andromeda spoilers. I know that there are a lot of people in my chat that sometimes haven't played Andromeda. I am going to spoil some things from Mass Effect Andromeda that are revealed at the end of the game. So we know that the Jardan created their own world, Meridian. We know that they like terraform planets and stuff, but they're also super weirdly nefarious in creating the Angara. And we don't know why. The only thing we hear them say is that continue the process for renewal. That is the only time we hear the Jardan speak when Sam translates that. And I feel like with all of like the biggest hints are the Milky Way and Andromeda are going to connect. If you aren't canonizing anything in terms of endings wise, I feel like the threat can't necessarily come from the Milky Way. It has to come from what just came before, which would have been Andromeda. And if we look at the one tease, like I can't pull it up in this, but there was in the 2023, which one was it? The Oculon tease? No, it wasn't Oculon. Epsilon. That one. It had said Andromeda distress signal detected. That to me is the biggest hint at the villains, because Andromeda was the last game that just came out. And I think we're also seeing, I don't have enough things pulled up here, where the Angara kind of has his hand on the table and he's leaning in trying to convince Liara of something. I feel like that is that kind of Andromeda distress signal detected in action, where the threats, like the literal villains, are coming from Andromeda and hopefully the Jardan.
You don't think that could be the Quarian arc?
I didn't think so, because I actually went back and looked at Annihilation, and they never sent out a distress signal, I don't think.
But
please somebody correct me if I'm wrong. If you saw Andromeda distress signal.
At the end of Andromeda, they receive one from the arc, so they would have had to have sent one out.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that the way that I wrap my head around that is they were intentionally vague about like Andromeda distress signal, and then it was coupled with the concept art that we saw, or not concept art, but the illustration tease of the Angara with his like hand on the table, leaning in. Like, would they react that way to the Quarian arc? I feel like probably not. So yeah, I really feel like the easiest thing to do in terms of villain, because I feel like the key is the villains. If you can figure out the villains, then you can kind of piece together everything else. The heart of my theory is that the villains are going to be the Jardan, because of the Andromeda distress signal detected, because Andromeda has to connect somehow, and I feel like it's not going to be, with the Tempest crew being the heart of it, but potentially the messengers for whatever the heck bad thing is incoming, which is what we're seeing in the teases. We're seeing the Angara look distressed. And because the Jardan are so fascinating about their organic-synthetic connection. We know that Remtech, you have to um activate it, I guess, with some type of organic synthetic connection. It doesn't have to necessarily be an AI. It just has to be some type of weird, connection like that. And I feel like that kind of also ties into the what's a person. Um, we're also seeing like in the I should really pull it up here. I don't have it off the top of my head. But when we're seeing the Angara at that one table with Liara, when we're seeing the Geth at that table, I feel like that could just be the heart of what the next game could be about. Because the Angara were organics that were created by who knows what, and the Geth were synthetics created by organics. And I feel like if they really just hone in on that type of theme, that it could be such a good, just overarching plot of what's a person. Especially if, like, we bring in the whole, like, maybe this new N7 is a Shepherd AI and all of that stuff. Like, that would take way too long to explain. But if they go there and they, like, all of those types of angles of, if this is a Shepherd AI, is it Shepherd? That plays into the whole, like, what's a person? So, yeah, I hope that whatever our next tease is, it relates to the villains. Because if you know who you're kind of fighting against, then you can kind of predict, okay, what's the theme? Who would be best at fighting against them? And yeah, like what ultimately, who do you need to bring back? If it's gonna be a huge kind of Milky Way Andromeda nostalgia fest, who is best to fight against these guys? So yeah, I would say like that's kind of like the main thing. I don't want to get into the whole thing because it would take like 3 hours to explain. But I do think that, like, I believe that the Jardon at least are going to be the baddies. Despite us not seeing a lot about them, it just makes sense with the whole, like, Andromeda distress signal, seeing the Angara. And I think everything else we've seen is just kind of setting up where the Milky Way is and how they're kind of like you said, like, maybe Izo is scarce and being fought over. Like, we don't know that could be what the Geth Crater means. We're seeing the Krogan fighting each other. And then I think they're just going to get blindsided by just this completely new threat. And part of the game is going to be like, are we just going to get our ish together and fight this new thing? Or are we just going to tear ourselves apart? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, also, oh my goodness, thank you so much, Brinnick, one for the 10 gift memberships. If you got gifted, please do thank Brinnick, I think is how you pronounce that. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Let me say thank you to Brinnick really quick too, because Brinnick also sent some memberships in my chat too. So make sure you guys are saying thank you. And Brinnick, also thank you for the $20. And Brinnick says, sorry, but let's just admit, BioWare just wanted to end the Shepherd story. Almost all of Mass Effect 3 fan choices were overruled BioWare's own narrative continuation. BioWare took that away in Mass Effect 3. How to fix that, I don't know. And I mean, yeah, I definitely do agree that, I think Shepard's story is over. And I think that was reaffirmed in the N7 Day blog post. And Gamble has also said it in the past. And I do think that it kind of really sucks. Not only one, that Shepard's story was ended, but also that they did really limit true choices in the end, which sucks. And yeah, how they fix that, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just of the mindset now where it's like, they need to stop. And like, I totally get what you're saying, like where Gamble said here, like, it won't be a retread of Commander Shepard's story, because after all, that's your story, isn't it? From Gamble in the blog.
Yeah, which to me, it won't be a retread of Commander Shepard's story. That sounds isolated and finished.
Yeah.
I
cannot get over the insignia. Like, if Gamble's saying all teases from all N7 Days will connect, and I know that was dropped on, like, a Game Awards. That would be so funny though if he was like, you know what, ignore that trailer. That was the biggest thing that gave you guys hope. I just can't get over the N7 insignia. Like, is it supposed to represent Shepard's return or just Mass Effect's return and all of that? Like, it will forever just be the biggest thing where...
So, someone in my chat just had a really interesting theory.
Oh, let's hear it.
Roughneck Rico says, what if the Jardin offered to create artificial worlds for the resurgent Krogan in exchange for their loyalty?
Oh.
That's an interesting theory.
That's fun. I could see that happen.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is interesting to think what the technology in Andromeda could be like if it was brought to the Milky Way galaxy.
Yeah, well, in Andromeda, it ends off with like humanity being in Meridian, which has like insane levels of tech from what I understand just in the epilogue. So I feel like that would actually be really cool tie-in if the Andromeda peeps are kind of like, hey, we learned a whole bunch of like Jardin tech stuff. And
what about
either the gel. Oh, see, I am currently in the middle of my second Mass Effect Andromeda playthrough. I haven't seen anything about the gel yet.
They're not, I mean, there's only one mention of them in Andromeda, and that's it. The Gelner only ever mentioned one time in like the most vague, like offhanded comment, and that's it.
The heck? I feel like that's just the majority of Andromeda though. Like it's vague. It kind of hints at something like awesome, and then it's just like peters out a little bit. But yeah, I think that I would love to see... I don't want Andromeda swept under the rug. Like, even though I think it's very vague, I think that it definitely needs to be there. Because wherever this new relay leads, like, I really think they're hinting at something beyond just only the Milky Way. You know, Gamble had said in that one blog, it wasn't this one, but in one of his blogs, he had said, what about all the galaxies? And I feel like for Mass Effect to truly become something like incredible, where maybe in each subsequent game, we're in like a different galaxy, it would be so cool if we had like a means to do that. And tying in Andromeda to the Milky Way in Mass Effect 5 would be such a good way to kind of, you know, bridge that, like those two stories, and be like, here's how the galaxies could connect, which is why I think, you know, if it's not just this relay itself, like maybe wormholes are a thing. Just because I want to be able to visit other galaxies in Mass Effect. I don't just want to be limited by like needing to take a relay and then like who knows how much time's gonna pass. Like I would prefer some type of wacky sci-fi method where there's not a lot of time lost, you know? Because imagine like going to a different galaxy and then bamfing back and it's been like 3,000 years. Like that would just be crazy to me. And it would be difficult for the developers as well, you know? So who knows though? Who knows?
Yeah, we're gonna be speculating for a while.
I hope not too much longer though. Like
no,
I think
we're gonna be I really don't think this game is like I said, they're still in pre-production, so I don't think the game is going to be out until 2028 at the very earliest. And knowing how everything is delayed these days, I think 2029 is real.
Do you think it could hit 2030?
No.
So like it would never be delayed beyond to like 2030?
Well, I just think like 2030 is way too long from now. But shit, I don't know. I mean, it's
GTA
bioware.
6, right? Like, hasn't it been 10 years?
Dude, are we ever
Feels
getting
like
that game?
I don't know. I don't know if we are. They got delayed again to like November something, so who knows? But
at least we have Exodus, right? And we have the Expanse, which just showed some more stuff yesterday. And that the Expanse seems a lot further than I kind of
hold that up.
expected. Did
Oh,
you get that
absolutely, no.
impression from the dev
Yeah.
diary?
Yeah. When we saw the I think that, also sorry if you can hear my dog go. He's barking at something. It looked pretty farther along than I thought, because that one reporter had said it's coming out in 2027 or something like that, and I was like, I don't know. From what we saw, is there a chance we see this next year? Like,
I still
think
don't
it depends
think so.
on how polished Owlcat wants to make it, right? Like,
Yeah, and this is their first third person like perspective for a game, so like I think they really need to work on the animations. I will say that from the dev diary yesterday, the NPCs reminded me of Starfield NPCs, and I was like, okay, we maybe need some work on these. Obviously it's a work in progress, but I was like, man, I sure hope that they I sure really hope that they refine these and add more life to them.
yeah, I mean, like, I guess we can see here this guy's face. I don't know. I didn't really mind it too much. Also, for those who don't know what the heck we're watching right now, Owlcat, for the Expanse Osiris Reborn, released a dev diary on bringing space to life, and how they actually like contacted this former NASA astronaut, Leroy Chow, which is absolutely just incredible. Like that they went there and did that. So yeah, they released this yesterday during the Golden Joystick Awards. Yeah, with regards to the facial animation, I think where I'm at with it is I don't mind. Like that level is fine to me. I feel like I wasn't totally like, oh no, like that doesn't look super realistic. But I also feel like I would give Owlcat a lot more leeway than I would say like a Bethesda. Because like with Bethesda, I'm like, okay, you should probably know what you're doing. You're
But
really
see, I understand that sentiment, but I also think like if you're putting yourself as a heavy hitter and you're making this game that you have compared to Mass Effect, you better be ready for those Mass Effect comparisons that you are already setting up. Like if you're making a game that is inspired by Mass Effect, that the devs have spoken about being Mass Effect fans, you need to make sure that you can stand alongside these games, that you're standing alongside them. Like,
yeah.
So while,
but it's also their first AAA. Like,
I get that, but like it's not their first video game.
That's the thing. Yes. Yeah. I don't.
So I
haven't
hope that
also
they
played...
just like the NPCs will be coming up here in a second, and you guys can see what I'm talking about. And I think this looks really good, but at the same time, I think like after being so disappointed in Starfield because everything felt so lifeless, I'm just hoping that they can not do that.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything super worrying yet. Like, I think they're pushing their gameplay, and it looks absolutely incredible, especially the space gameplay and the amount of detail they put into like the sounds. Like, if you guys haven't heard this, you really need to hear it. I will be covering this eventually, I think sometime next week. But yeah, this part here with sound is incredible. I think, yeah, we're all a little bit hesitant because of Starfield. But again, like I don't know. I think with Starfield, I expected better of Bethesda. Even though, like, I know, if you're gonna make the comparisons and stuff like that, I would give Owlcat more leeway than. Honestly, I'd give Owlcat more leeway than Archetype Entertainment, because those guys, I'm like, okay, you have multiple AAAs under your belt. I feel like you would know from the beginning of like pre-production how those models should look. And,
are you saying
tell
Archetype?
your animators. Yeah. Like with Exodus. Like I feel like I would be much more worried if Exodus's NPCs looked a little bit off. Just because like a little bit, there's a little bit of Uncanny Valley, where their faces don't look, quite as human.
Oh yeah, they need
as I
to
would
work
say
on
like
it
these
too.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what I'm a little bit worried about with Exodus. Like I haven't seen anything super worrying about like this type of facial animation.
I think for
but
me,
with Exodus,
this
I feel
one
like I've been like,
scene-
uh-oh.
there's this one scene where we see the NPCs and they're just kind of like this, the girl in the back looks like she's brushing her teeth, but like there's nothing in her mouth and she's making the same movement back and forth. It just like really stands out to me. At like 2:15. I think that like also after playing Cyberpunk, my expectations for cinematics are just like through the roof, because I think that Cyberpunk is like, it's like the best of the best. Like the animations in Cyberpunk are so real, and I just want to see, like, I think that it's okay to have expectations, you know, like, and this is still in production. Like it's still, this is a work in progress, obviously.
Early gameplay.
So like there's definitely room for them to improve, but all the people who saw their demo in person at the last event said that the animations were something that Owlcat needed to work on. Like it was consistently pointed out throughout all the reviews. So like I don't expect everything to be Cyberpunk, but I do expect everything to not be Starfield. There's got to be a middle ground there. Like not everything but even still, like with Exodus, I am expecting a bit of, that Cyberpunk, how real the characters feel, how real their animations are. I am expecting that with these games that are having these massive budgets, these very long development times. Why shouldn't we be expecting these games to be good? So
I feel like it's just because animation is hard, I think, from what I can
tell. It is. Oh yeah,
apparently,
no, it absolutely is.
Not even saying like sarcastically, like this is it's not as easy, I think, as some people think. Like it's hard.
And I mean, I will always take a good story over aesthetics. But again, for these games, for how much they're costing to make, for how many people are working on them, for how long they're taking, for how much they cost, I think it's okay to expect both.
To expect better. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Also, I just wanted to say a shout out to Brinnick here for the $20. Kayla, I finally convinced someone, at least, because Brinnick has said, I finally bought into your multiverse idea. Maybe the new relay leads to a new reality or alternative reality. And I didn't even bring that up during my theory, because I know that that's just, I know that makes you want to jump out an airlock. But I feel like, I do think that at the very least, the relay is involved with some type of wormhole shenanigans, but that would take 3 hours to explain and pulling up a whole bunch of things related to dark energy, mind you, but we won't go there. And also, thank you so much, Brinnick, again for the $20 here. Long live Cyberpunk and Mass Effect, but still looking forward to the new games. Yeah, and again, I still haven't played Cyberpunk, but
you need to play it.
It's because of the first person thing. Like literally, it's just that.
Okay, listen,
I can't do it. Like I will play 20 minutes at a time because I'll just get a headache and then I won't be able to
You can add. I totally get that. I got that way with Outer Worlds, the first one.
Oh yeah.
With Cyberpunk, you can add if you add a cursor in the middle, that is known to help people with.
Oh, okay.
And they do have that option. I don't get sick playing Cyberpunk like I do with most other first-person games.
Okay.
But man, it's such a good. I started another playthrough. I'm sorry. I said I was gonna play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on Twitter, and I tried. That is I'm sorry, and I know this is gonna piss people off. That is the worst combat I've ever experienced in a video game. I'm very sorry. I have never hated combat so much in my entire life. I tried to play last night, and these dogs were beating my ass. And after I died 3 times, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna play Cyberpunk. I'm getting pissed off. So
just screw this. I'm playing Cyberpunk.
I don't have the time or energy to struggle that much with combat. I'm not.
You have just no chill with that.
Yeah.
You're like, you know
if
what?
I can't button mash my way through, I'm not playing it. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Where are you at with something like a Mario Kart? If you just get blue shelled, or you just like,
oh no, I love those games because I'm super competitive.
Okay.
I'm super
We
competitive.
haven't done a
yeah.
Mario Kart stream yet. I feel like we should totally do that.
I only have it
Super
on
random,
on my Switch, so I don't know how we would do that.
No, yeah, I have it on Switch as well. I don't have any reason to get the Switch.
I have no idea how we could do it.
Oh no. You click you create your own little like group thing, and then you join with a code.
Well, yeah, but
Anyway.
like, how would we stream our voices, and like, where would our...
You just join Discord. No. There's a way to do it. There is a way. I will show you how to do it if we ever wanted to do that. And maybe chat can join in, and we can all do some
that would be cool.
Random Mario Kart theorizing at the same time. Or instead of like doing the Game Awards stuff, we can have the Game Awards really small while playing Mario Kart.
Have our own
That'd
Game
be pretty
Awards.
Funny. Yeah, we can have our own Game Awards where, I mean, Expedition 33 would sweep everything anyway, but you know, who knows? I think it could be fun.
You know, I think that like, when it comes to Kingdom Come's combat,
yeah,
everybody keeps telling me that you have to like work and level up, and I totally get that. And if other people enjoy that, I get it. But I am disabled. I play most games with my feet. Like, I don't have the capacity to really continue to struggle with games. It's why like I don't play Souls games. Like, I know that if a game is going to require me to fight something over and over and over again, that is time that I'm wasting.
Yeah.
Like, that's time like where my body, like, I can't, like, that's time where I could be playing another game.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me feel that way. So like, I understand if people want that, but I think that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was a reminder on why I think that all games need to have accessibility options and difficulty options, because I want to explore the world. I want to, you know the characters. I want to do the story and the RPG elements, but I can't do those things because of how the game was made. And if they want to make a game like that, that's fine. But that means that I have been like gated out of it, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, right? And like, I think all games need to slowly move towards that, because I think like as everybody gets old, oh look, my thing is bringing up your thing. Oh, this is so weird. I'm just gonna let this happen.
Yes, I do play games with my feet.
No, I randomly I have joined your stream after the fact. Okay, this is weird. I was already on your stream. I'm just gonna move back here. That was like Inception stream stuff. Games need to move towards more accessible things, because I think like as we all just get older and stuff, I think we are going to need those accessibility things. Like already just with like whenever I'm just doing a really long like edit in a video, I can feel my forearms just like hating me.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I could like, obviously you're like a freelance illustrator, like of
course
I
have to be careful with how much I use my hands.
Yeah. So I think that it needs to move way more towards that, and especially with the AAAs, you know, like I think it would be really awesome if some of these AAAs just started just incorporating more accessibility. Like I feel like it wouldn't take too long or be hard. It's just up to the dev teams to be like, hey, this is something that we want to add. So hopefully we see that, you know.
Yeah, I really do. Like, I actually just played the Alan Wake games, and by the way, amazing. Alan Wake 2 has become like one of my favorite games. Just blew me away.
Oh,
yes, totally. Okay. I don't do survival horror, but oh my gosh, it was just so good. And it has so many accessibility options. It blew me away. And like, you can also, like, the difficulty options, like you can make yourself invulnerable, you can make yourself invincible, you can make enemies die with one shot, like you can not run out of ammo, you can do all of these things because they want you to experience the story. It was because of those options that I was able to experience the story and play the game. And I wish that
everything needs a story mode.
Yeah, I
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with someone enjoying a story mode. If you don't want to, you don't have to choose it. You control the buttons that you press.
Yeah, like just choose your game. I will never understand this, and I think like I love playing games on like the hardest settings and stuff like that. Like that's my thing. But there are games where sometimes I just really want like my sister to play it, and she needs a story mode. And sometimes there's not that. And I'm just stuck. I can't now talk about this really awesome thing that I experienced because there wasn't a story mode, So I think it needs to be a thing. Just make games more accessible. And I think some people are like, well, if you need that, then just go watch it on YouTube. It's like the point is to play the game, like to experience it.
Someone said that to me on Twitter, and I was like, there is no, like, watching a movie is so different than playing a game. Even if you're just like playing a game without combat, like exploring a world and engaging with characters, forming a relationship, making choices, controlling the story. I don't understand why that is so hard to understand.
I don't know either. I genuinely don't. And I don't know why people like gating, like games and stuff like that. I will never understand.
Who cares?
But,
who cares if more people get access to a game? Like, how does that ruin your experience?
I don't know. I don't know. Genuinely, that's something I won't understand. Thank you so much to MTJ Disorder for the $5 here. The Expanse trailer that I was showing shows emphasis on balancing realism versus suspension of disbelief. That's precisely where the focus on an Expanse game should be. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because yes, The Expanse is super, super hard sci-fi, but there are fantastical sci-fi elements in there where you're like, okay, wow, like this is, things that are unknown because it's alien, and I don't want to spoil it and stuff like that. But yeah, that kind of suspension of disbelief, like they need to find that perfect balance. And I think what I've seen so far, like the reason that I feel like a lot more confident, I guess, in Osiris Reborn, whatever they're showing us, is because they already have something to work with in terms of source material. And it feels in line with that. Like the one thing about Exodus that I'm worried about is just, they don't necessarily have source material. Obviously, they worked with Peter F. Hamilton on like crafting the world and stuff. They have so much source
material, like with the books and like I totally know what you mean though. Like it is brand new, so it is.
Yeah, like I'm just a little bit more hesitant, just in terms of are they gonna land this plane? But like
we will find out in like less than like 3 weeks.
That's true. No, yeah, that's true. Because the Game Awards are on December 11th. And yeah, under 3 weeks now.
Right around
exactly
the corner.
Under 3 weeks.
We'll have something to look forward to. And then my channel will mostly be Exodus stuff. And I'll still do Mass Effect stuff.
From that point on, if there is nothing, if the 0.01% chance of there being a Mass Effect teaser doesn't show up at the Game Awards, then I'll probably go all in on Exodus as well. Because yeah, like I was thinking about it and I was like, there's so much lore to get through and stuff, but I think I would rather be informed going in than not. So yeah, we will.
Also,
let me.
Brinnick, thank you for the $10. And Brinnick says, I can't your Liara Discord. I'm a Miranda loyalist, but back to Cyberpunk. It will steal your soul in a good way. It will. Cyberpunk is like, as someone with health issues and like chronic illness, it was just one of the most like profound stories. I don't want to give away like spoilers because I know that there's people who haven't played it. Obviously you haven't played it either. But just like I think that Cyberpunk looks so superficial if you don't know what it's about. Like I remember watching the trailers and being like, that looks like a like super hardcore like bro masculine like super
yeah,
like it looks cool and it feels superficial. And then I played the game and I was like, this is one of the most like deepest shit. Like I cried, it like moved me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I really like Cyberpunk is my favorite game of all time. Like Mass Effect is my favorite series.
Above Mass Effect.
Yeah, but Mass Effect, but Cyberpunk is like, it is so, it just touched me in a very specific way. And I read all of the tabletop books that like the game is based on. They're super good. It has the best lore that I've experienced in a world or in a video game. Yes, it's better than Mass Effect because it's full of mysteries and possibilities. And like Mass Effect has those, but like very few of them. Yeah. And that is it's kind of frustrating sometimes.
I think Mass Effect started turning into more of a military kind of game.
It moved away from the mystery of one.
Yeah. Like And obviously, like, that's why I'm excited for Exodus, because Drew will be the lead writer again, and that was the heart of it. It looks like Exodus will also be, you know, very mysterious and stuff like that, bringing those elements back in. And yeah, Mass Effect definitely moved away from that. But you also can't discount that, like, Mass Effect 2 and 3 were the more popular.
Oh
So,
yeah,
like,
no, I think they did become more mainstream as well.
absolutely, yeah.
But I miss walking on a planet and like hearing the space elk. I miss, like, you know, the mysteries of the unknown. And Cyberpunk, even though it's not about space, absolutely does that. There's just like there's essentially vampires and werewolves and this like entire society living in the internet, and it's fascinating. They did such a good job on the world building, and I recommend it to everybody.
I'll give it a chance eventually.
Yeah, you have to.
I mean,
and Brinnick, thank you for the $20 again. I'm very, very thankful. And Brinnick says, I'm a disabled war vet myself in a power chair myself, so I relate to your gaming needs. And this is why we need more accessibility, so people like Brinnick and I can play more games, because I have, obviously Brinnick has mobility issues and I do too. My hands are both really, really messed up. I have other health issues, but my hands are really messed up. So like it's very hard for me to hold a controller. I have to be careful. I use a lot of like voice to text, stuff like that. My hands are constantly in pain. So I just have to be careful with how I game, which is why I play with my feet. Someone asked earlier. Also, Santalu, thank you for the $5. And Santalu says, game development is hard. I'm married to a game dev. It's insane what they have to deal with just to get a game made. Yeah. It's crazy, like especially the level of like coordinating between the different parts of it, because it's all connected. I give so much credit to all the game developers, because there's just it's so much work.
It's ridiculous. And I think like a lot of what people don't see are like the random bugs and stuff like that. Well, sometimes they make them into the games, but like it's really hard to keep everything on the rails.
QA is so important.
Yeah, because there's so many moving parts, and how all the departments like keep it all together and stuff like that. Leadership and management are really, key for that. So yeah, props to them, honestly. But yeah, is there anything else that you wanted to chat about as we kind of wrap this up?
No, but I do want to say, Brandon says, thank you for the $2. And Brandon says, I love how you can roleplay as a Spectre in Mass Effect 1. Yeah, there's something really cool about the way that Mass Effect just makes you feel like it's like Mass Effect 1 really makes you feel like it's like you versus the galaxy, whereas I feel like 2 and 3 are like you versus the other races, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, Mass Effect 2 was just basically like spy kind of mini, like gather your little spy crew and then go save the world undercover, like
I want to see that again.
I don't know if that's what we're gonna get in Mass Effect.
I think it is.
I think
that's what the N7 agent is. I think that's what it is.
No, I think you're wrong.
No. We're gonna have to duke it out. We're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to meet up in real life and stream a 1v1. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll either box or we'll let our dogs just fight, and then whoever wins, that'll be it.
Okay, one of my dogs is 6 pounds. My other one is 20, and he's literally blind right now.
No, I know, but like again, my Labrador is 74 pounds.
He's gonna
somehow
both my
he will
dog's
get
ass.
his ass kicked. No.
Oh, really?
He's a coward.
Oh my god. Oh, that's amazing.
Oh man, no, I absolutely love it though. But yeah, I think the next thing for the Calagon 7 / Caragon 7 stream is, will we both be live for the Game Awards?
Yeah, I think
because
I am gonna go
Exodus,
live so I can like react to the Exodus
Will
stuff.
we be on a call with each other?
I'm down. Sure, yeah, I'm down if you want to do that.
We can chat about it, because I feel like I have not played like 95%, potentially like 98% of these games. Like I have not played Expedition 33 yet.
Dude,
I'm
you
saving
need to play
it for winter
Expedition
break.
33, and you need to play Cyberpunk. And I will
I'm
continue
so
to bother you
screwed.
until you do both.
Yeah. Please save me from my backlog though. Like legit. I'm in the middle of playing Andromeda again and I'm like, it's gonna be 100 hours. When am I gonna be able to play another game again? It's just gonna be absolutely insane.
Dude, the struggle of like, I swear to God, the struggle of being an adult is real.
It's a struggle. Like I'm like, dude, I need to play with my Labrador because otherwise my Labrador is gonna start biting the furniture. Like what? The struggle is real. But
It really is real.
Also, Brinnick,
thank you again.
So much.
Oh, did Brinnick give you more?
Is going off.
Brinnick, you're the best.
Thank you so much, Brinnick, for the 10 gift memberships. If you received one, please do thank Brinnick. Just going off in this post N7 stream chat here that we're having. But yeah, the next time that you will catch both of us, I guess we'll do another co-stream of the Game Awards, and we will all experience the next chapter of Exodus, whatever that looks like, because that is a lock, right? Like, because GTA 6 got moved, do you think they're going to remove their thing from the Game Awards? Like, there's no chance that happens, right?
It's for sure happening.
Okay, then, yeah. There will be Exodus at the Game Awards.
December 11th. We will see you all again.
December 11th, 2 p.m., I think it is.
I'm not sure.
December 11th. Google the time.
Also, if you guys...
I don't think the time's listed, actually. If
you guys just got memberships to either of our channels, we have a joint Discord that you can come and join. So there should... I'll post another... I'll post another link on my channel, and maybe
I will as well.
Atharia will too. Yeah. So
yes,
if you guys got memberships today, you can come and join us for the Game Awards and come talk with us and hype it up.
Absolutely. That would be really fun to have all y'all in there. And yeah, I think post Game Awards, if we get no Mass Effect 5, then it's probably going to be all steam ahead with Exodus on my channel as well. So I'm super excited. I feel like you've been covering it a lot more. And I feel like I might also take the theories angle a little bit and try to come up with some theories for what we might see for Exodus and get a little bit weird with it.
I'm super excited. I hope we see some companions.
We will see. Oh yeah, dude. Oh man, we need to see more companions. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Also, Brinnick with the $5. Thank you so much. 100 gift memberships if you play Cyberpunk.
You got to do it.
I'm in the middle of playing Andromeda, but I will let you know when I play Cyberpunk. Like, no worries about the gift memberships. I'll play it eventually. I just don't know. I probably won't stream it because I'll play 20 minutes and then get a headache and then end stream. So, but yeah, already. Are you all wrapped up there? Anything else that we want to discuss?
Santalu, thank you again for the $5. And I agree. Santalu says, I think we're getting a spy game for the next Mass Effect. I have my theories, especially with Mary DeMarle being the senior narrative director.
That is true.
100% agree. We're going to be an N7 agent. And we're going to report to the Shadow Broker.
I honestly, I know that we could just keep chatting about this like all for the whole day. It would be really awesome if we were
literally all day
agent. I will say, like, if we were an agent under Liara, that would be so much fun.
That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I feel like
all right, guys.
That is all from us.
And I gotta give my dog medicine.
We need to go take care of our dogs. Go eat. Did you say a crazy fact? I feel like I've been forgetting to ask you. We almost got to a crazy fact about your life. Do you have something? Just
crazy
for the lovely chat people.
Fact. Oh God. Do I have anything?
You have to have something. Should I get some Jeopardy music?
I'm feeling the pressure.
Honestly, is Vigil kind of Jeopardy? I have Vigil playing right now.
God, I don't think I have anything. Wait,
no,
actually, wait.
Crazy fact.
I think I made a. Hold on, let me see if I can find this.
Punk rock lesbian, I just got here. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You're rocking up right at the end of stream. Don't worry, because you're going to get to tune in for Kayla's crazy fact. Paragooners need to know everything. I will put up that poll also. Probably not today, like sometime. You know what? I'll put it up closer to the Game Awards. I need to find a couple other community name suggestions. Maybe I'll ask the Discord, anybody in the Massively Affected Discord, for some suggestions. But right now we have Paragoners and P7s. We will see. I kind of vibe with P7s because like N7, but like
P7, it just like, I'm sorry, but I just think of P.
And
like,
it's been run.
Like maybe some more workshopping.
I need some help. I need some serious help. It's fine. I'll ask the community.
I don't think
they're
they're
better
fact,
coming up with
guys.
stuff than I am.
I'm tired.
There's no crazy fact.
No, I don't think. Oh, okay. Here's a crazy fact.
Oh, okay.
Did you guys know that when Edie was originally modeled, she had
Okay, I kind of know where you're going with this, but say it without saying it, you know?
she had, let's just say that
Oh, did she
BioWare
have
for some reason was like, let's give her 2 sets of lips.
What?
I whispered it because I'm scared.
Wait. Okay, wait. Don't let us get demonetized, but can you spell it?
LIPS. Now, why did BioWare do that?
Wait, what?
They gave her a downstairs lips. I'm not even joking.
Downstairs.
I'm not even joking. Why would they do that?
I was gonna make the joke that Liara did on like the whole. You're saying that Edie was azured, like there was.
Yeah.
That's what was happening.
Yeah.
Oh my.
You should like. I looked up a picture of it and I was like, jail.
You looked up a picture.
Well, yeah. Of course, I'm nosy. I gotta know everything. Like. Why
Aren't
would
you
they
guys
do
great?
that?
Are you guys happy that you stuck around till the very
Yeah,
end? To know this.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
Also, I love how we always end
know.
streams with the weirdest crap. Like what?
Yeah,
Crowfish. I'm back. What did I miss? Don't worry.
They did it. They did it to Edie,
Didn't
and
miss
they
much.
made it. It used to be worse, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
It used to be worse. Wow.
It used to be worse. Yeah.
Perfect.
So thanks, BioWare, for
Oh,
that.
we have Paradial. Paradial? I'm not sure I'm vibing with that. Kayla is a level 100% cooner. Not wrong.
Brinnick says downstairs lips. Well, what else am I gonna say? Okay. Oh my god. Okay, and welcome to the
lore
N7 agent.
On both of our channels, like whenever we stream together, there's too much.
I know, there's so much chaos.
Oh.
YouTube is gonna
Anyway.
like, oh, they were talking about those. They're gonna demonetize me.
No. We weren't talking about anything. Don't demonetize this.
Yeah, it's fine, guys. Don't Google it.
Yeah, don't Google it.
Don't
Whatever
Google
you
it.
do, do not
Don't
Google.
it. Okay, thank you, Desert
right, guys.
Dragon, for
Thanks.
joining the N7 Agent Squad. Okay, we gotta go. I gotta go eat.
Yeah,
My dog needs medicine.
We gotta go.
We left you on that high. Okay, we gotta leave now. Or low, depending
Leaving on a high note.
Or low.
Low note.
All right, guys.
I don't even know how to end that. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in up until the very end, because wow, yeah, that was great.
We'll see you for the Game Awards.
Absolutely, we will see you for the Game Awards. We'll start the next Game Awards stream with the Kayla's crazy fact.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll come up with
instead of
another
ending
one.
it. Yeah, I'll tell her beforehand. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining and participating in the polls in the chats.
Yeah, I'll link it in the Discord, by the way, so you guys can see what I'm talking about.
Oh, perfect. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Join if you got memberships. I will be posting the Discord link later, as well as Kayla. So you guys can go join and see Edie's, downstairs.
Okay, we gotta go.
Okay.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
See you for the Game Awards.
See you on December
Bye.
11th.